Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
All right, guys, welcome back to the Fake Ass Book Club. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
What up, Kat?
Oh, just here normal. This is a normal episode as far as I'm concerned.
It's normal. It doesn't sound
just
normal.
Well, it might sound amazing.
Well,
so
listen.
congratulations, everybody.
First of all, I'm excited, okay? Because we are here to celebrate our 100th episode. And on top of that, we have an illustrious guest today, you guys, okay? We have the man, the myth, the legend, Eric Dizzy Fo-Shizzy in the house.
Hi, how you
What's
doing?
up, friend?
I'm good, man.
It's been a long time.
It has been.
Shouldn't have left you.
You should not. Y'all shouldn't have left.
Step two. Wow.
Y'all should not have left.
Wow. We never actually left. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So technically, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all went to recording in closets,
Listen,
recording with.
it's called oppression. It's called brokenness. And
It's called
the
they stopped
parenting
giving out
life.
that pandemic money, man.
Okay, it's called struggle.
I like how y'all talk to y'all fans like y'all like broke. I like
know
how
what I'm
I like the perception that y'all give off because it's
Well, because
great.
if
It's
people know
good.
you have money, they ask for it.
No, if people know that you have money, they won't be a patron.
We're real broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we out here.
Yeah.
Also, this show does cost money to produce. So this is Patreon.
It does,
That's where
man.
you come
Because
out.
things are nice. You got those
Listen,
good mic stands.
We got them things.
Listen, we were trying to impress you today. So we're glad you could make it. Thank you
You're
so
doing a good job.
much for your time. We appreciate you. So we wanted to have you on the show today because I just felt like this is a milestone for us right now.
Mhm.
And
You're bothering me with this.
it okay, go ahead, fix it up. It just made me think. Well, stop.
He's our pod
I
father.
know. It was making me feel like I needed to revisit because you were with us for like our first episode. I don't even know how many.
There would be,
episodes.
let's just say it. There would be no Fake Ass Book Club if it
I
wasn't for Eric Dizzy.
know.
Quite
not.
honestly.
Probably
Like, I really don't think so, no.
No.
Like,
So
that's not an overstatement. It's just the truth.
definitely not. And so I just wanted you to be here so we
Why
can
did you even
kinda-
hit me up?
I forget. It was a long time ago.
It was not. It was 3 years ago.
I mean, there's a lot of.
It's
A lot has
3
happened.
years. Okay, so let's start there though. So I'll let's dedicate real quick.
Oh wait,
Oh,
it's
wait.
our 100th. We didn't even
I
say
said
it.
that.
She did say that.
She did.
Yeah.
See, we've been drinking.
Jonathan Majors.
See, so how am I supposed to remember 3 years ago?
She didn't even know we dedicated.
30 seconds ago is
I
gone.
dedicated.
You're right.
Listen, you guys. Okay,
You're right.
listen.
It's gonna be one of those episodes.
We're super excited, clearly, because we don't even know what's going on. But
Mm-mm.
basically, it's going to be a fantastic show. We have a fantastic guest. So before we jump into our origin story and how Eric Dizzy saved the day, you guys, we want to dedicate our episode. So hands over your hearts, everybody. Thank you guys. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, supporters, for coming back. We are super excited to still be making content for you guys. Also, I want to dedicate this episode to the Asante Children's Theater. My kids are like every weekend excited. Every weekday they have to practice. They love it. So shout out to them for, it's a positive outlet for young Black kids, and to see them have so much confidence, it just makes me feel proud. Like I wish I was involved in something like that. So shout out to you guys. What about you, friend?
Love it. Yes, and your dedication. This one's
Thank
also
you.
going out to the children in New Orleans. Kelsea Johnson and Nakia Jackson gave a presentation at American Mathematics Society Annual Southeastern Conference. They proved the Pythagorean theorem.
I saw that. I sent that to you when I saw it.
Which they've been trying to do for 2,000 years.
Let's
These
go.
2 Black teenagers figured it out. So I figure
Let's
this is
go.
a great day for math because we hit 100 episodes. So shout out to the base 10
Base 10 system.
counting
Let's go.
system. So shout out to arithmetic.
Let's go.
And then also shout out to trig and geometry and all the other things. I used to love doing proofs.
And
in
numbers.
school.
Just
Yeah,
numbers
and
in
numbers
general.
because that's how you count money.
Yeah, that was always my favorite.
So thanks,
Still is.
girls. You're amazing.
Yes.
Dedication over.
Dedication over. My God. Whew.
Wow.
That was a lot of excitement. for
It
me.
was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I would dedicate this episode. Do I get a dedication?
Listen.
Not really, but we'll turn the music back on, bring it back in, and go.
I want to dedicate this episode to you two.
Oh,
Because
look.
now I take it back. I want to dedicate myself because without me, you guys wouldn't be doing this show. But I'm being serious. I do dedicate this show, my dedication to you guys, because y'all had a concept, y'all had an idea, and
Well, no, Moni had an idea.
Moni had
I
an
just
idea.
tagged along.
And the reason behind the show is, to me, like the most important. Like the fact that y'all wanted, like it wasn't just supposed to be y'all two. It's supposed to be like friends. And y'all use the book club to keep y'all friendship together. And until people reach, I'm not trying to be funny, but until people get to y'all age, they won't understand how hard it is to have children and full-time jobs to try to keep friendships. So the fact that y'all created a show to try to keep y'all friendship together and y'all at 100th episode, that says a lot, because that's 2 years. For people that don't know how to do math. That's 2 years that y'all been doing it consistently to keep y'all friendship alive and healthy and well, and I like that. So, and a lot of people just do shows just to do shows and talk shit, but you got the slave history teacher and the friend.
And friends.
And the friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. Because I can picture you being the nerd who knew too much and her being like the cool girl.
That is the name of my autobiography, The Nerd Who Knew Too Much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For real?
I think it is now. It is now. You just named it.
Like
that
the
was
nerd
perfect.
who knew too much. You had a smart mouth a little bit, but you like you was chill. And then you have like a girl from Detroit who like grew up with pistols and drugs and cocaine and stuff in her house.
Oh shit!
No, I'm just joking. But
Mama.
but somebody who like saw it and like recognized it, because I don't know how many of your friends were like mine growing up. It might have been, I don't know. For me, I didn't have friends. You've been looking the same way since '83. You don't really look too much different. And you've been looking the same way.
Since '83,
I look a lot different at 80. I was a late bloomer, man. Like, when nobody
You didn't
checking
bloom.
for me.
You don't have nothing.
What?
What do you mean late bloomer?
You
You don't like the fattest ass or the
shit.
biggest titties in the
Actually,
world.
I think I do have the fattest ass.
Wait a minute. This took a turn.
You ain't Meg the Stallion.
Let's
Is
not
that
go
the measure?
there.
No.
Like, who has that?
Right?
No, I'm just saying.
Anyhow.
I'm being funny, but the fact that y'all kept y'all friendship for so long, and then to make a show to keep the friendship together in the 100th episode, that's really dope.
Thank you. I fully accept that.
I love
Good.
it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
My shit was killing y'all.
Listen,
My shit was fire, and it was freestyle.
can we
Y'all
get an
got y'all laptops.
explosion?
Y'all got y'all
Can we
laptops out and
get an
shit. That shit was my
explosion and
head.
shit?
Freestyle king.
You know what I'm saying?
What you talking
This
about?
is really just here as a security blanket. Most of the time, I'm just like,
There's
like-
definitely notes.
but look at these. There's do you see this?
Delete.
There's nothing.
Oh,
So,
they're better than
it's
my
a fake ass
notes.
episode. So this is literally a security blanket. It just gives me something to do because I get weird, being looked
It
at.
helps to anchor you.
Camera. It does. And also too, if I'm feeling fat, I can just block my abdomen.
You're
I said if I'm feeling.
Okay.
If I'm feeling.
Your feelings are valid.
What do you get for proving a Pelagria theorem?
A dedication on a fake ass book club.
Yeah, suck my dick. Not proving shit.
First off,
I'm not proving
The
shit.
satisfaction of knowing that.
Ain't no
you
satisfaction, my nigga. You gonna be 30
it's the
and
same
broke
reason
still.
I do the Wordle. Like, it feels
It's
so
just personal.
good to like
no,
break
it don't.
through.
You're not from Louisiana, and you're not fucking poor.
I mean, who said they were poor?
Okay.
Ooh, that was an assumption on your part. That's racist.
Damn.
It's not racist.
Can we get racist put over his head? The graphics, racist.
Tell me their family income right now.
I'm taking
No,
this out.
they look like
All
they're
right.
they
Don't
look
tell
well
me their
fed.
family.
No, they do not.
Yes, they
They
do.
look ashy as shit.
Oh, listen.
They look like ashy kids.
the
These
podcast.
statements do not reflect the views
I
of
got
Fake Ass
nieces.
Book Club. Send your comments to @EricDizzy
Bro,
everywhere.
they
across
don't
And
social
one
media.
of them too, she's got glasses and braids. I always say, black girls
That's
with glasses and braids. That
They're
girl's
doing
coming to
work.
she's coming to
They're
work.
doing work.
She's
She
coming to
look like
work.
a Keela and the Bee. She look like a lot of black
exactly,
girls.
that's
nowadays.
adorable.
Mhm.
I didn't say they was ugly.
No, okay.
They're
you said
beautiful
it's
girls.
ashy.
It's
Poor.
ashy.
Ashy and poor.
Yeah.
That's all.
They don't-
That's
they're
all
not
I
gonna be
said.
poor
I
for
mean,
that.
don't twist
What
my
they-
words.
What they're gonna be able to do is have their pick of any college anywhere in the world.
What that mean?
Choices, opportunities. Like, that's
To
why
do
we
what?
do stuff.
To
To
do
do
what?
whatever you want.
Well,
Why
I
you
don't
want
know.
your kids to have opportunities?
I don't know, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't know if you want them to have
You guys can take
opportunities?
your
I'm
hats
so
off.
sorry, children.
If y'all want that
No, you
opportunity.
wanted. You took your hat off.
I just did. That's why I invited y'all to. I didn't want to. Yeah, it's time for that to go.
I'll put it
It's
right
over
here.
for
I'm
that.
not
I do want my
racist.
kids to have opportunity, but I just
Yeah.
don't want to prove shit for no white man.
This
Ooh.
isn't why is math for the white man? Math,
My nigga, the country is owned By white people.
Wait
No,
a minute.
no.
Pause. You just had a whole soliloquy about how we get on here and talk about slavery and sad shit every
I'm
time.
trying to.
I want
I'm
the
trying
listeners to
pitch
know
the
that we didn't start it.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
I'm trying.
This is the
When
conversation
you love
chose.
people,
I'm about to use math to prove you wrong.
when you love people, you meet people where they at.
So you came to slavery. That was real cute. I like how you did that. That was
I've been
real
potting
back.
for a long time.
First of all, the fact that you
We're not gonna clap
transitioned.
it.
Can we just slow clap the?
I've been potting for a long
First
time.
of all.
No, the Pythagorean theorem is older than white people.
I don't give
Like
a
white
fuck.
people have only been around for the concept's only been around for maybe
All right, so-
400, 500
See,
years.
See, now we're doing
But
math.
the Pythagorean theorem's been around for 2,000 years.
Okay, and they prove it, and then they get what?
That
And now what? They prove it, and now what? That's what I'm saying. And now what?
you would say that for anything. Like, why do we do anything? Like we
To
did
take care of
100.
my family.
We hit 100 episodes. Now what? So what?
Y'all go
Like,
to 200.
should we not celebrate?
Y'all should celebrate.
Thank you. I
But
mean, we
why?
should
No.
celebrate
I'm
these
saying, why do they
girls.
want to prove it so bad?
Be
They probably
This kind of like this.
You
Kind
can
what's that?
create-
What's that movie?
Hidden Figures?
No, that's amazing. No,
Right.
Good Will Hunting.
This kind of
Good Will
stuff.
Hunting. Good Will Hunting.
That's some bullshit some actors wrote down. That's not even realistic.
I'm saying, but that's
academically.
is that what is no? But that's basically what you saying. They about
No.
to be Matt Damon.
No. They're
They're about to be Damon.
They
Here's
about
the
to be Matt Damon. He proved the theory.
Wait a minute.
He got a pick of his letter to colleges,
Wait
and
a
then
minute.
he went away with
Was
the
he a
girl.
bum? Oh,
He
I don't
was,
was
remember.
a janitor.
Oh.
And he figured out the
But
shit on
that's
the
not
thing.
a true story. That's just
My
some shit
nigga,
Matt
I
Damon
know
wrote
that.
down.
I know that, but
So
in
it wasn't
theory,
very
but it is accurate. You telling
is
me
it
that these
accurate?
beautiful black girls,
Thank
ashy but beautiful,
And
All
poor, according to
and
you.
poor, are about to get the pickup.
No, the reason why, and now
I'm
gonna
saucy,
have to,
so
I'm
I'm-
gonna have to
Real
be
saucy.
nerd stuff. But when you do things like this and get new
You
proofs,
just told me
you
she
can
get the
develop-
pick of the letter
you
to go
can-
to colleges.
no, you can also develop new branches of mathematics because
Ooh,
you
that'd be
have
fun.
to
To do what?
create.
Who knows?
Like you
Some
can
shit we
launch
ain't never even
satellites
imagined.
more efficiently, so that
Boom.
you can
don't
because
know.
you have to create math sometimes to launch things into
Like
outer
algorithms.
space.
Yeah.
Well, algorithms are cool, but this won't really.
Like algorithms.
Algorithms
Like
are great.
ChatGPT.
Oh man,
Like Chat-
ChatGPT is wild.
And you got two black girls who proved that ChatGPT can be human.
It can't be.
Is that the AI
Mm.
thing?
Yes. We
That's
talked
super
about
weird.
what?
That it's like people talk to it because they love it and stuff.
Yes. Like
That
some
is
people
so
do
weird.
fall. Yeah,
We
'cause
can get
it's
into
always
that. That's
there.
a fun topic.
But it's always there.
Let's move away from the argument though. I
Goodbye.
wanted to get back into.
I
like,
won
some
the
real
argument,
life.
everyone.
Eye roll. What's the
won.
big eye roll emoji? Okay.
She did win.
She won. Sure.
Sometimes you just set your people up.
For what though? You know what I'm saying? What was the point of winning?
Man,
You know what I mean?
that's what I'm.
Why
That
win
was the
I
whole
didn't feel
point.
like that. I know.
That was the whole
Now,
point.
this is now a podcast about
It's a
nihilism.
competition.
There's no point to anything. We are all
What does
walking
nihilism mean?
corpses.
If you keep using words like that,
What?
if you keep using words like nihilism, I'm gonna leave.
Oh no.
Use
What does it
IPS words.
Oh, we didn't.
I didn't go to IPS, but use those words.
First off, shout out to IPS.
Stop
I know,
shouting
y'all
people out.
struggling. Y'all struggling, y'all.
If they're
Figure
not
it out.
paying you, stop shouting them out.
All right.
Okay,
Sorry, I take back my
listen.
shout back,
It's
IPS.
supposed- right. It's like just run that back, okay?
Sorry,
So
y'all.
podcasting is all about advertising.
No, I
It
don't
is,
like
it's true.
disparaging education. A lot of we do better as a society because we have public schools.
Okay, moving on. So guys, 100th episode. We're super let's get
We
back to
do.
let's get back to the excitement.
Countries
Let's get
now,
back to the
public schools
celebration.
suck.
Let's get back to the celebration, okay? Of numbers,
Of
like
numbers.
100, which is the episode
You
that we're
believe that?
on, you guys.
Strongly,
You guys
yes.
aren't going to let it go. You're not going to let me
Education is the
transition.
cornerstone of
That's real cute.
democracy.
Until America crumbles.
Stop.
Because we're so stupid.
Because we got public schools.
But that's because we won't fund them.
Mm.
Or
Numbers.
Or HBCUs.
Numbers.
Or HBCUs.
I want
They
to
won't fund them
I
either.
want to do what Moni wants to do.
Numbers.
Moni, what do you want to do right
Well,
now?
I just want to talk about how
This
we
is
met,
looking
you
real
guys.
nice.
Is it? Thank you. It's the
She does-
light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
she's
the light.
also a beautiful person.
Thank
that
you.
helps.
Thank you.
She's very
guys.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
both
I
are very
appreciate it.
beautiful. Like
Thank
salt and
you.
pepper.
I look
Kid and
like
play.
my
Salt
mom.
and pepper.
Kid and
Yeah, man. I'm a mix.
Light skin.
I always say we're like Gina and Pam.
I know that's cute. I like it. I wanted to be Pam, but she wouldn't allow it
Yes,
because I'm like,
that is very true.
Mhm.
But no, you're not Pam.
I
though.
know. But I said I wanted to be Pam.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
she's
she's
not?
more Pam.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say because I'm the single one.
Right, but that's the only thing.
That's the only thing. Because you're not really snappy like that. You are snappy, but
She's snappy.
it's too intelligent snappy. Pam wasn't intelligent.
Yeah, she was. She had a real job.
See, y'all keep it tight.
Oh, so wait, I'm done? Is that what you're saying?
You have a
wow,
real
took me a
job.
minute.
See?
Oh, wait.
Both,
See?
no, they both have real
listen.
jobs.
No,
They both
hey.
worked at the same place.
It's more of the optics, guys. We can move on because nobody needs to be right about this. But
Our origin story.
we wanted to talk about our origin story personally, and then also kind of our journey with Eric
Spice
Dizzy
it up,
here.
man.
So let's talk about
Spice it up.
What do we?
How do we spice it up?
Man, she sent me an email.
What dish? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no. We're going back further first. We're going to our origin story about how we met in junior high.
No, I'm here. No, I don't want to hear that.
And then we're going
I don't want
to.
to hear that.
But the people
Y'all already
do.
said it.
No, we didn't.
Yes, y'all have.
What is? Oh, you tell them our origin story then, since you.
Y'all have said this before, right?
Well, tell the people.
This is the
since you
100th.
know
Well,
it.
no. This is the 100th episode, and
You
y'all
know
never said how y'all met.
We've said it on other podcasts, but not our podcast.
Why y'all giving other niggas the scoop?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Right? That's why we're doing it
Go
now,
ahead,
because
bro.
we agree with you. That's
Do it.
crazy
Go
that
ahead,
we
bro.
have
Go
to
ahead,
tell
go
it
ahead,
on the
go
podcast.
Go ahead,
Look.
bro. Go ahead.
He's
I'm
disgusted with
not
us.
gonna get in the way of a black
He
woman telling their
is
story. You feel me?
disgusted. We're making him sick.
Believe black
Believe
women.
Not all of them.
90%.
All right, so Kat, why don't you jump into it? Why don't you tell the people?
Someone be lying.
Math. Okay.
Okay.
No,
Oh, I'm telling the story?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Don't
So,
use big words, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was 1993 in the year of our Lord. And we met. And we were, I was in 8th grade. Moni was in 7th grade. It was my first year at, we're going to call it Our Lady of Reluctant Integration. And so I don't remember our very first time meeting. It's just kind of one of the things where you're just like clocking as like one black girl,
Mhm.
cool. So,
Yeah.
And so I don't think we got super close then. It wasn't really until
No,
after
we
high
were in different
school.
grades, but I will say that anytime I'm in a situation where there's not that many people of color, especially when I see other black women, I'm always the one like, hey,
Hey, you
very
wanna jump
friendly,
rope?
very
Let's jump
yeah.
rope.
Do you want to swing or like what
'Cause,
can we?
no, even in junior high, we still had recess.
Yeah,
So like we
that
were
was
still
nice.
like jumping rope and stuff like this. It was
yeah,
it was a small Catholic school.
I play football sometimes with the guys. Too, 'cause that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I definitely
I would
play
eat
football
lunch
with you.
slow.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
I'm deaf
It
tackling
was
you.
fun.
Yeah.
No, it was
well, no.
it was like flag.
We were
Yeah,
on
deaf two-hand touch.
our
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
two hand
playground.
touch. Not at school. It was flag. It was flag. It was flag.
Yeah, because it was on
you gotta
I
have
was
the flag
free
like
space.
you gotta move the flag over here.
We had to have
Deaf.
recess in
Got you.
No, I
parking
didn't
lot.
even have no city dance.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. We weren't. Yeah, it was pretty.
Good
Nobody
job,
was going
Steve.
for it. Yeah.
It was giving children,
Yeah.
and
It was.
it was giving children for real. But for real, we really started, I think, becoming friends after high school.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, once y'all seen how bad everybody else looked, it was like, ugh.
no,
Hey, girl,
everyone
remember
still
us?
looked good.
It was still shortly
yeah, this
after.
was been 90s,
Mhm.
1997, 98.
That was
And
a good time.
I was,
Was.
yeah, I got my
For the
own
Y2K
apartment
and
with
everything?
another friend, and she'd come around and stuff like
And
that.
I'd be over there all the time. We would cook
Yeah,
together,
a lot of
hang
wild
out.
shit would happen.
My God, that
we-
was a time.
It reminds me of one of my favorite sayings. It's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, for sure.
We got through that pretty lucky. But this is how I knew Moni was like someone that needed to be in my life, because, like what happened, we talked about this earlier about like, it's actually, abuse is super common. So I got sexually
go.
assaulted,
Ooh,
and
Jesus.
Took it there.
Okay. And he was like, you need to go to Planned Parenthood. And I'm like, I can't go to Planned Parenthood. I used to protest Planned Parenthood.
It's like, that was stupid. Let's go.
How did
And long story short,
and you was protesting too? How did you feel after going into a place where you protested?
it was
And
weird.
they helped you?
And they helped me, yeah. Like, because I actually needed to talk to someone with experience
That's
in this area.
crazy.
And
You ever apologize to them?
Hmm?
Did you ever apologize to them? Planned Parenthood.
Oh, yeah, a bunch.
Yeah, I
She
give
gave
them money and
yeah,
stuff.
she goes to the fundraisers,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
I'm very
We've been
outspoken
huge,
proponent of Planned
huge
Parenthood.
supporters
Supporters
of
good,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good,
But in
good,
that
good. Shout out to
moment, being
PA.
19 being 19 though, like I was mostly just, I didn't apologize directly to the woman who was helping me that day, but in general, I tried to.
I feel like a lot of people
pay it
have a
forward.
misconception about Planned Parenthood and that. the
Well, it's
importance that
intentional.
They got your ass.
They did. Once again, every adult in my life was like, this is a terrible organization. This is a terrible
Really?
organization. You need to come with me to protest them. They're killing babies. But the irony is, if I hadn't had intervention at that time, it's very likely I would not have been able to have children like later on when I wanted to have them. Like
God don't make no mistakes.
I mean, I don't know. But I know I definitely did. So thank you, Planned Parenthood, because that was, you know, it was wild. I ran into a girl I went to high school with there because I used to always make the joke like you leave Planned Parenthood with your little brown bag of shame.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, I remember seeing her and we both didn't say anything to each other. We just hugged each other and like left.
Thank God for this
Because
place.
it was like, yeah, you're not here because like things are
It was
going
like the end
great.
of a Tyler Perry movie.
I feel
Or
like
the beginning.
The middle.
Maybe.
Some section, probably.
all that to say, I knew
Oh, we've been through a
was,
lot.
I was like, yeah, this is someone
That is
real.
a friend, though. That's
This
a
someone
motherfucker.
real who's like, no, we don't have time to talk about your
Because-
feelings right now. You need to go see a doctor.
Right.
You need to see a doctor.
I'm not supposed to be talking right now, am I?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, because I don't want to keep interrupting your story, but
It's over.
Oh no, because at that point, like she proved to you.
Yeah.
Have you ever proven to her? Have you ever had
She's
to?
nodding. So yes,
I think so, yeah.
That's good.
Definitely.
That's a very scary
She's
time for you.
it is.
I'm sorry you're
no,
not-
she totally.
I'm sorry you ever had to go through that.
Thank you.
We
I'm
were just
fine.
talking about that about Black Widow today. We were talking about how scary it is for women in sex.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Like, because in Black Widow, they don't ever talk about that the fear. They'll write scripts and they'll be like, oh, I met him at the bar and then we went back to his place and we had sex and blah, 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 blah. But they'll never be like, oh, I was scared. And I feel like a lot of women are scared. And I feel like that's why a lot of women don't climax, because they be scared as hell, like, or in their head about a motherfucker. Like, because I know my wife, I'm not doing nearly as much as I used to because I'm tired. She tired. We're trying to get this shit over with. We got 10 minutes before Dorian
That's
comes
the
knocking on the
realest
door.
shit I ever
But
heard.
she would not be able to come if she was overthinking.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
why
She
women
would-
fake orgasms. It's like, I just gotta get this over with.
No, don't fake shit.
But I'm saying that's why it happens.
I
I'm
know,
not saying
but
you should.
I'm
Don't.
saying
That's why it happens.
now that we are married and that we both know we have a limited amount of time and we in this space for, I timed it as 5 minutes and 36 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
We in this time, we have this pocket of time.
We got to be efficient.
We got to be efficient, but we can't get there if neither one of us is overthinking. And now
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, I see so many women on Instagram and Facebook say, "Oh, I can't climax and
Really?
I have trouble."
People be putting that on
They
the
put everything on
They
there.
They be putting that on the Instagram.
Spilling their feelings in the air.
And then they be like, "I can't find a man." Duh.
Well, it's like, well,
Dumbass.
first of all, probably don't
So what's
talk
the
about
next
your
step?
business on the
What's,
internet.
what's the next step? So after Planned Parenthood, y'all start sharing.
I mean, it's just, we started sharing, but I would just, I
That's
think
just
that's
my
the whole
example
point.
of what a
Yeah.
down ass,
Yeah.
That's
And
a great
that
story.
continued over time, too, though. Like, I just
What,
feel
she
like,
kept going to Planned Parenthood?
no, just the.
Well, I did. That was my only source of health care for like 10 years.
Same. So, yeah, but not for those particular, not for that, but like
Yeah.
just,
That's
just for
crazy.
reproductive
Yeah.
health. And all
That's
of
where I
that
get
stuff.
my breast exams
That
and
is
pap smears.
crazy because Planned Parenthood is off 38th Street. There's one on 38th
Yeah, it
Street.
is.
And people probably, that's a very important place.
That's what I went to.
It's very,
That's a very
It's a good
important
one.
place.
It is.
shout out to the nurse
And they've closed a
practitioners
lot
there.
of them too. So I feel bad because there's less Planned Parenthoods in Indy than there were when I was 19. And there really needs to be more.
There's a lot less grocery stores in Indy than
There
there was
is.
when you were
Mm.
19.
It is.
That's
It's
for
like
sure.
that's why I'm so outspoken about like we gotta do better.
Yeah, man. Well, I think, for
Right
me,
now, you've never,
You just in a road. We haven't let her talk. I want to hear what Moni has to say.
no.
I'm here for however long I need to be here.
Okay.
I'm not getting out the house to rush through a conversation. Go. No, go ahead.
No,
Let's wrap it up.
Wait, did
It's
we,
not wrapping.
No, no,
we
go.
introduced him, right?
Yeah, we
I
did.
couldn't.
No, we
No,
did.
go.
You're being a baby. Listen.
Right?
You're being a baby.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like our friendship over time, there's always tests, right? Like there's always these things
For
that
sure.
happen that kind of reiterate, like, okay, this is my friend. And so luckily for us throughout time, we've been able to reaffirm that, in different ways. So it's not always as dramatic as that first thing that
Well,
she was
because Moni
talking about.
doesn't get into as much. Like Moni has
Bullshit.
always had, she like that night that happened. She
I
was
really hate
nowhere
bullshit.
around. She
I
was like
know.
she was like, oh, there's bullshit in the air. I'm gone.
For real.
And so
For
yeah,
real.
that's the Detroit. So
I guess.
Yeah. Trick called her.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like she was out. Yeah,
out of there,
I mean, I did grow up
a
with
lot of
cocaine in
times
my
I've
house.
never
That's
had
what
to
Eric
bail her out of situations. Like she hasn't had an abusive marriage where she's had to be like, Kat, will you come get me? It's
You sound draining, my nigga.
right.
Damn.
But I'm worth it.
I hope.
I
Hope
honestly,
we bring more than egg rolls.
Listen, boy, listen.
I mean,
she
and I've got a
some-
good family too. So
Yeah, lots of
There's
love,
that.
man.
there's that. Like
It's
it's
that.
it's
Kat
funny
brings the
to me.
positivity. That's what I
You know
need.
what I did one time when you were
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
out?
Let's do that. Because I did send her that. No, it's me time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I did send.
Do tell.
No, I sent her this mix test that I had to do for a podcast company that I was like kind of uncertain about.
Okay.
And I sent it to a bunch of people, and everybody was like, "Man, it sounds really good," because it did sound good. But then Kat was like, "This sounds good, but this right here, pitch it down."
Really?
She's the only person that said anything. I was like, "This," I never send Kat
anything ever.
anything. anything. But I was like,
I don't even trust the bitch. Okay.
I need somebody to be very honest with me right now. Because I'm very uncertain right now. And
I do love the truth.
And me too. But you know, sometimes you're an artist, and you also know how hard I go with podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the people that I sent it to, they aren't artists. Like you are an artist. So I had to send that.
And critique is important. Like when I send stuff to be critiqued, because I send critiques out too. And it's not, I don't want to just hear like, oh, it looks great. It's like.
That's one thing I don't want to hear.
Because even if it does look
great,
tell me.
I always be feeling so bad because I be.
You don't know nothing.
Not like I can know, but like even if I don't know anything, if I want to be able to be honest about the parts of it I don't like. So, and I don't want you to take that as me. You know what I'm saying? Like being mean. Because I have a tendency to look at. Like, I don't know.
This is why I'm sending it to you, motherfucker. Tell me what. Tell me all the bad shit.
I just need to know that people, like, if you're sending me something and you want me to be honest, I'm going to be. Like, just know that. Like, I'm not gonna
class where the professor put everyone's work in front of everybody, and everybody had to comment on it.
Oh, I would love that.
And people would skip. I loved it too. But people would skip that class, like when stuff was due. And he would also show when people didn't submit anything.
It would just be a blank piece of paper. It's humiliating.
Just their name and zero.
Zero.
Numbers. Yep. You can see the grades too.
Shit.
And so, all that stuff. Yeah.
Not accountability in front of everybody.
But those were my favorite classes.
But honestly,
I would be the best in those classes.
Yeah, but honestly, that's how social media works.
Oh. Ooh.
That's exactly how social media works. You're going to put something online, and your comments are going to say, it depends on how big you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're not big enough for people to go in there and hate. Mm-hmm. You might get one comment, but one comment is saying a lot. You got 600 followers and only one person said something.
Mm-hmm.
That your shit ain't good. That's how I take it.
Okay.
So, but you put something on social media and you don't get the response that you want, is because it's not good. Social media.
No, that's not telling you.
No.
It's telling you. Huh?
Social media profits off of you getting views. They profit off of you. So if your shit ain't good, they're not pushing it to the front. Shit that ain't good don't get pushed to the front.
Well, who decides what's good though?
The niggas who own the sites.
But are those even people? I feel like that's AI at this point.
It is AI at this point, but shit, they done figured out the algorithm. But what's the next one, y'all story? I don't want to keep interrupting.
Oh, okay. So the story I was going to tell was the one time where Moni needed help and I was there. And it was, because I forget where you were working, but you were working night somewhere like on the west side, and you kind of like caught a flat.
It was like 2 a.m.
Yeah. And I mean, and anybody who knows anything about me, I love sleep. I love it so hard. And I go to sleep early, and like my phone, and this is back in the days where it was a home phone.
You gotta get
my
up.
landline.
And it's ringing, and I'm like, what the what? And I remember she called me, and I was like, it took me a while to even understand what she was saying, because I was like, wait, it's mine? I'm like, what? And I'm like, what?
So does anybody listening help?
And here's the thing. My first thing was like, no.
I took you to Planned Parenthood. You better come pick me up.
Come get me.
Because I'm like, I was about to be like, man, nah, she knows a lot of people. She can get somebody else. And then I was like, wait, no, because it's like 2 a.m. She could be in danger. I was like,
activate. Girl.
Bitch, activate. And then I got my adrenaline going, and I was able to get up and go. So that's one time.
No, but you've been, for every important thing that's happened in my life, you've been there. She was the best maid of honor. My dad even was commenting on that. She rides for me. Like, my friend is, when I need her, she is there.
She's got me out of 2 abusive marriages.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get you out of them. You got yourself
physically.
Out, but then I got you when you was finished.
You done? Okay.
Is you finished or is you through? You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But it's
oh my gosh.
This is,
cranberry cocktail
things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have a great time.
Well, let's talk about how we met though, because
Yes.
for some reason I thought y'all knew each other.
No,
No.
I never met
I
her.
just-
I don't know that man.
I
never seen that man.
Used to that man.
Man.
I honestly
Walking
don't
down the street, I do not know that.
remember how you even ended up on my radar. Because I wasn't really even into podcasts that much. Like, I really only got into podcasting
I just let a stranger in my house.
recently.
Too.
I can't even remember how it ended up
Coulda took
happening
advantage of
where,
me. That's crazy.
you know what? I think I was listening to Ignorant Philosophy and I had
Mhm.
been commenting on that because y'all had been saying some stuff that pissed me off.
Ah.
And I think I had like written like a strongly worded letter.
It's like, dear everyone, you guys suck.
That's true.
The information.
And then you responded. And then but I think this was before even I did that. We had been doing the
podcast
previous
before.
podcast.
Mhm.
And then I was like, okay, well, whatever. You're talking all this stuff. Like, what do you think of this? And I sent you our demo episode we had recorded. And you're like, this
I
sounds
didn't even
terrible.
know it was an episode. I didn't know it was an episode. She
That
just
shit
called
sounded-
me.
That shit sounded like.
We were on the phone.
Yeah.
It was like it
Yeah.
was that. I
It
was
was.
just at home chilling. She recorded our conversation. I didn't know what
But
she was
I knew
doing.
That's
it was
incriminating.
dope. It was
Mhm.
like, it was really, picture like when Eminem just rapped in front of Dr. Dre.
Mom,
It was like
spaghetti.
that.
Everybody.
He never did that.
that's a
He never
Serve
did.
11.
But
He
much
never
of
did
that.
that.
That's more cinematic.
That's okay, but I like that better
Yeah.
than
Because
the
he never
real
did- yeah, 'cause
thing.
he
It
never
was
But
did
like-
that.
like, you were kind enough to be like, okay, there's something here, even though
Yeah,
this
for
sounds
sure.
bad.
Yeah, it sounded real bad.
Yeah, it's like we got to make this.
But at that
actually
time too,
happen.
I was also in a weird audio space too. So
Hmm.
I was being very, very critical, and I'm glad you didn't take it the wrong way because it sounded bad, but I understood what you was trying to do, and that's the thing about it too. Like as a person who really like overanalyzes audio, like
Mhm.
I can hear what you're trying to do, and even what you're trying to do sounds like shit.
Right.
Like,
And it's like, and I hate to tell
yeah, I
you,
hate to
it's
tell
bad
you,
too.
the
It's
quality is
true,
bad,
yeah.
and the concept
And
is
it's
bad,
not- yeah.
and
Oh,
you
man.
bad.
No,
Damn.
Who's bad?
who's bad?
Okay. Apparently we
Oh,
were,
we
but
were.
somehow
No,
you
no, y'all
still
were
let
great.
strays in your home. I
No,
mean, like,
y'all were great.
Well, I
It just
appreciate
sounded
that.
bad.
Yeah, but so I'm thinking she know. I thought she knew you somehow. I was like, oh, she's an art person. She be out here. She knows people.
She was definitely not out here like that.
She wasn't, but I don't. You know.
Not like she is now.
Yeah,
Not
like
not
yeah.
these podcast streets.
Yeah.
But I'm just grateful she did that because I'm thinking, okay, so when we first met up with you, I mean, I'm curious to know from you, what did you pick up on? I mean, like if the audio is so terrible, it's like, what did you
The
feel?
the communication.
Okay.
The communication between the two. Cause like even in the silence, like it wasn't too much dead silence. It was like you can hear two people eager to talk to each other. Like catching up with each other, or it didn't seem rushed, it didn't seem forced. It just seemed like genuine conversation, and that you two knew exactly what y'all were talking about, and that y'all talk often enough for you to pick up where she slacked and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times in podcasts I hear, I'm like, y'all niggas don't really know each other like that.
Oh,
Y'all
that's
don't really
wild to me. I guess
That
I
is
didn't
strange,
realize that
yeah.
people really just be together to do a show. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
That just sounds
because
like
why would
work.
you do? Yeah, I'm like, that's
Sorry.
like
I already
where
do
I
that.
go in real life. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And I do that for money.
Yeah.
So
I recently started doing like convos behind the pod, like when with Black Widow. I used to just sit with the actors. I never sat with the actors and recorded conversations ever. So we never the people on Black Widow that listen to Black Widow, they don't know who the people are. So I was like, man, I need content, and I could talk to these people for an hour. I got
That's
them here for a
dope.
couple
Yeah,
hours.
that's
So
a
let
great
me-
idea.
But with these people, I've heard these motherfuckers moan. I done heard them fuck up 1,001 times. I've heard them just be really. I've motivated them to be great, and I've heard them at their worst. So like when it comes to conversations, like I've pulled stuff out of them, pause, that a lot of their friends have not pulled out of them.
Sure.
So now when it comes to conversations, like we can really have honest, vulnerable conversations, and it sounds great. I've found that those conversations are better than the ignorant philosophy conversations because I worked with these people more than I work with the ignorant philosophy people.
Oh, so there's more of a connection.
There's more of a connection.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, it's like when they'll come, they'll be like, "Oh, my kids is this. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late." Then we get a whole conversation about their life, and I know who their kids are and what they're trying to accomplish. And a lot of them are actors and actresses, so we have that in common. And then, yeah, so it's like it just feels different. It feels it just feels different, so I can recognize it, and I can hear it. I hear it too. Like nigga, your podcast sucks. If you listen to your podcast suck, I'm sorry, it's trash. And that's why people are not listening to your podcast. People are not receiving you like that because it's trash.
Wait
Fix
a minute.
it.
Who is this?
It's to everybody.
It's to everyone with a trash podcast.
It's to
So
everybody.
is there music that goes under his voice as a
I don't
public
know.
service
I don't know, but I'm telling people
it's like,
that
dear everybody, your podcast
You
sucks.
trying to get them together?
I'm telling you, and I had to tell myself this: if people are not talking about your shit when you are not around, then your shit is not good enough to talk about. And y'all podcast is, because it's unique and it has its own lane, and you can like hear the genuineness. There are no niggas don't read. So there's another thing. Like, niggas ain't about to steal the concept. Oh, you mean you gotta read?
First off, we've met so many wonderful Black book club podcasts.
All right, so people who read and people who can talk, and people who like to be seen. Those are. It's a lot of.
You can have 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's a lot of. It's a combination. It's a lot of combination of things. But if you are seeing, then it's like, oh man, she's cute.
Oh.
Y'all can keep talking.
Okay.
I need
Yeah.
chapstick. I can't
That is
do
one thing I did learn about Moni throughout the years. She has to have lip chap. She
On
has
my
to.
deathbed, my husband knows.
Yeah.
I will hunt you forever.
Y'all on the 100th episode. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
That's good, man.
100 episodes. I always knew we could do it.
She believed in you.
Well, because I'm kind of like you. I've seen the people who were succeeding in it, and I feel like we could do that. Like,
no.
All right.
That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad to compare it to, because who? Like who? An example.
I'm not gonna go that far, but
No, I'm saying who did you see that you thought like, oh, we can do that? I'm
um,
not saying you gotta. I mean, you're giving them props.
oh, like the read. Like, I felt like that's something that I'm like, we could handle that. Like, because I feel like that's their allure too. Or like, you can tell that there are friends outside of the podcast, and
I couldn't get into the read.
and that's fair. They really kind of
Yes,
drag
definitely.
straight Black men quite a lot. They don't.
And y'all just allow that.
Yeah. Well, I discovered them when I was going through a divorce, so it was kind of perfect. So, because their whole ethos was break up with that nigga. So I was like, you know what? They're making a lot of sense.
I would like to know what their relationship is with their fathers.
Oh, they talk about it. Crystal doesn't talk to hers.
And
Kid Fury, they're just cool. You know, he's like a Caribbean immigrant dad. So it's all right.
So yeah, it makes sense why they would drag men.
Yeah. Like they're not having good experiences.
You don't have good experiences with them. Yeah. So
with any of them. And then she keeps these, you
suck my dick.
Who's that to?
Them.
But once again, the pattern seems to be like just a lot.
I don't have a great relationship with my father, and I don't speak down on Black men, and I didn't have a really great relationship with my mom, and I don't. Bitches suck my. You don't have to retaliate. You don't have to resort to that.
But I mean, I feel like everyone does get talked about on that show. They drag women. Everyone who's messing up just get kind of dragged.
Anybody dragging anybody.
Wait a minute, hold on, because you be dragging people. You were dragging
just because of y'all sex.
Cut it in.
Because of y'all sex.
Yeah. Well, no.
No.
But it's
because
not
of the
just because
decisions
of
made,
it's the
not the sex.
population, because they're.
It's easy. It's clickbaitable.
It's not easy.
It is easy to talk shit about the opposite sex.
But it's because there's a lot of things to point to. That's why it's easy, because you can point to a lot of different problematic behaviors that.
You know why?
on.
Okay, you are correct. I feel like it's.
We don't have to talk about that. I was just saying they were an example of something where I was I think I could do that.
They don't even do video.
They don't. They don't have to.
I respect that. I didn't want to. I honestly did not want to be on. I'm like, I don't want to be seen like that. Like,
Should have been ugly then.
Well,
no, that's not how that works. You know what it is? I value my privacy. I think that's why my life has been able to be mildly successful, because everybody's not in my shit. So the idea of like having to like, there's always this there's always this sort of opposite energy where it's like, I want to be out there because I want to do this, but then it's like I don't want that to mean that I feel like everybody should be able to comment on my life or have access.
And it sucks that it seems like it has to be.
Yeah. So it's hard to reconcile for me sometimes. You know what I mean? Which is why I think part of what you felt like was us like pushing back from like your advice and stuff. Like a lot of this podcasting journey for me has been for one, just trusting myself and building up my confidence. And just being in front of people, who I don't know. Like I like my shit to be curated. I'm a control. Like I like consistency.
You're controlophile.
Yes. I like things neatly filed. I'm like, yep, I know. I like the comfort of like routine.
And that's
okay.
and I want to tell you that that's okay.
It is.
So then
Someone's got to do it.
this is an
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that
Check
shit.
email. I'm sorry I didn't answer your email, everyone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
Don't
for
email
me, but I think it's good because this is taking me outside of my comfort zone. So, I'm trying to
I do
figure
remember
it
you
out.
saying that.
Yeah, like 100%.
How does your husband feel?
He's
about you
super
now?
supportive. He's always mad when I'm not telling people about my podcast. He's like,
Look
no,
at
like
that.
y'all podcast is good. Like you should be telling me about
Look
it.
at that.
And
He
I'm
even
like,
told me, he was like, no, it's good.
he's like, no, for real.
No, for real.
No, like,
Like,
and he
'cause he
wouldn't
does-
say it if
he
it
would.
Like, give him
wasn't.
He
extra
don't talk
bones.
much.
Give my nigga extra bones.
You know what I mean?
Give him extra bones.
Then you talk
Double
about how
buns
you was
tomorrow.
tired, right? Double for
Double.
you, sir. Double cheeseburger. No, so I basically just, this whole podcasting journey for me has just been getting where Kat has been since we started, getting where my husband has been,
But
getting where you have been,
But
because
where has it gotten you?
What do you mean?
Where has podcasting gotten you?
Yeah,
no,
what's your
just
hero
my
journey?
attitude
Yeah.
towards the podcast
Yeah.
since we started. Because
It's
my
been
whole thing was
positive.
like, oh, it's going to be dope as hell. Like,
Yeah, period.
That ain't what I asked you.
oh,
How has your attitude changed since doing a pod? Like how has
What's your hero's journey?
how has podcasting evolved your
Hero's journey.
mentality or your confidence?
how have I
or-
grown
Yeah.
What
through
lessons have you learned?
podcasting? That's a great question. Thank you, Eric Dizzy.
Yeah.
I've become more social. Because before I wouldn't.
You'd be a ghost.
are.
You were a
I'm proud of
ghost. You were a
you.
ghost. You were a fucking
A whisper. She was
ghost.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, you were a ghost for sure.
I liked,
So
yeah.
now she's like a shadow.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
yeah, I can kind of see you.
Yeah.
I don't know that I saw
So,
it.
But I like not being seen 100%. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think for one, I think it keeps people interested because I think once you feel like you fucking know everything about somebody, that's when it's like,
yeah, there's the mystery's gone.
it's no more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to keep some mystery, but you do have to be out there. Like that's what I'm learning, especially with podcasting and networking and stuff. Like you really do have to get in front of people and be
And
okay
a
with
lot-
that.
And what I realized too is that man, these niggas don't know shit.
That's what she's always saying. She's
These
like,
niggas-
I'm always like,
Bruh,
do
these
you
niggas
think
don't
we
know
should-
shit.
she's
These
like,
niggas-
"Who
Who
the
the
fuck
fuck are they?
She's
I'm
like, everybody's bad at their jobs. I'm like,
most
damn.
people are bad at their
Most
jobs.
people,
Like
yeah.
Eric Dizzy's very good at his
He's
job.
so good at his job.
That's one thing I admire about. I really
I do
admire.
too. Let's
people
talk
who-
about why we admire
Yeah,
Eric Dizzy
like
real
do that.
quick. Just
we've
real
been
quick. Look at
kinda
him.
mean. We've been kind of mean.
So I'm gonna let you start. I haven't been mean, but I'm gonna let you
dragging
start.
Moni into it.
Right,
It was
see,
a joint
though.
effort.
Wow.
So, Eric Dizzy, how do you think you've grown from podcasting?
Mm,
'Cause you've been doing. How long have you been podcasting?
15.
See,
15.
that's what I'm saying. Before it was hot, so you was
Numbers.
already up on it.
Numbers.
Yeah. Trust. I've learned to trust my instincts. I've learned to invest in myself because I didn't really. When you grow up poor and black, like those ashy math students.
Wow.
You don't really, but I'm gonna bring it full circle. When you grow up the way that we grow up in an impoverished neighborhood, impoverished areas, you don't believe that you can do something like prove this theory that no one else has done. So now you get you a Kat and Moni who try to remain friends through this impoverished neighborhood and through all of the backgrounds. And y'all
I have money.
listen.
Money.
No, I'm saying the two math girls. I'm saying the two math
I
girls.
think they have money.
The two girls probably use this as a means to distract them from their outside surroundings and to keep their friendship going. And then they prove something, boom. I feel like I've learned that I could do anything and I could knock on these doors and walk in and I'm good enough.
Mhm.
I had to, it's a confidence thing. It's not, I'm as good as I need to be. It's, do I believe I'm as good as I need to be? Because being good and believing you're good are two completely different things. And you have to have both in order to
Mhm.
walk in the room. Because if you walk in that room and you don't look like you belong there, then they're going to kick you out. And I've been able to knock on doors that I never thought that I would be able to knock on. And potting has taught me that what y'all have is the most important, like the friendship thing is the most important. And sometimes I feel alone because I'm not going to be able to take anybody when I go because it's an audio thing. It's not like oh, we taking
It's
Black
not
Widow.
just to entertain.
No,
Gotcha.
it's we want to take your skill set and take you out of this and take you and da 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 da. And I feel that so many people have helped me along the way, and that's why I continue to do Black Widow. It's like, okay, let me help y'all build up all y'all portfolios and stuff like that. But it's taught me that I can do whatever I want to do if I can get out my way. It's really like when I walk in the rooms here, people are like, oh, that's him. That's da 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 da. The same with y'all. They be like, oh, those are oh, okay, and they respond to you different. I love walking into a room and not having to prove myself. I love walking into a room and they be like, oh, I know him. Everybody guard is down, and it's kind of like they're interested in talking to you.
Right.
They're interested in sharing their story. They're interested in talking to you about the troubles and shit that they're going through with podding or audio, and they be like, man, I've been meaning to, but I didn't know if I could, and da 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 da. I really enjoy that, but I've stopped going out because I don't want to get too much of that.
Oh, you don't get gassed up.
Well, no, I've been doing this since 2015.
It's just draining.
Y'all just
After a
started,
while.
so
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So in 5 years, we'll have a conversation when y'all on TV and shit like that.
Listen, because you basically said that too, as far as social media goes. Because I know before, I mean, like I'd never had no Facebook page ever, and we have one now, but I still hate going on there. Like I don't like it.
Facebook is like turning down 38 before they did the construction.
I recognize how you have to be
A necessary evil.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, I've grown a lot in that way, but I just remember you being like, man, it's draining, like people, like keeping up with your social media. You know, you were saying that to us like when we first started, and neither one of us was really on social media like that. And now I'm like, it's a whole job. It's a whole job. And our social media is not like popping like that. But even just keeping up with it, just like me going on there and making sure I'm posting something every day or a couple times a day, responding to people.
Let me tell you something.
I'm just like,
I talked to the PR person for the podcast host that I am with, and she was like, yeah, she's in like she speaks Portuguese. I don't know where she's at.
Maybe Brazil. Yeah, could be South America, could be Portugal.
I think it might be Portugal.
Portugal, that would track.
No, maybe not. But anyway, I had to wake up at like 6 a.m. to talk to her on Zoom. And she was
okay, that tracks.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, we're going to do some cross promotion with you and some other podcasts. And these are the podcasts that your podcast is doing the same as. And she started naming these podcasts, and I go to their page and they got 30,000, 70,000, 100,000 followers. And I'm like, she was like, yeah, their Instagram has this, but their podcast don't have this.
Right, that's different.
And I was like,
because people gotta commit an hour to you.
And my podcast page, my social media page don't look nothing like that. So I was like, oh shit, this is a whole different beast. So now y'all telling me that it's two different games. It's an Instagram game, but there is no money coming in from Instagram. They just said we're not paying
impressions,
y'all. We're not paying y'all no more for that. So y'all just uploading. Now I know.
Right.
Y'all not getting paid for that.
Right.
So y'all just uploading shit. Y'all doing all. And I'm not saying it to not make video, but I'm just like,
for sure. But I see what you. I mean, if the point is to make money, and this is a business.
Yeah. Then why? So I was so confused because my podcast doesn't have a video aspect to it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I can't post my shit on Instagram and get my shit going crazy because that's just not what we do. But y'all can go viral for saying all women are ugly.
Sure.
That's a clickbait thing. Yeah. All black women are this, or all black men are this, or dating
but this is why our podcast, that's the other part too, like, because that's not what the fuck we're doing though. Like,
it's so refreshing.
We're not doing it for clicks.
Like, I mean, which it would be easier for us. You know, we could, I mean, like, I know we could turn ourselves into caricatures of something that could be marketable, but it's like, I don't want to do that.
It's draining, but also it's like that episode of Black Mirror. Are you familiar with Black Mirror or not?
Oh yeah, we've seen that. Which one?
First, second season with the guy from Get Out. What's the nigga name?
Oh, when they were doing the cycle.
When they were doing the cycle and stuff. And then the dude was like, oh my God, if you touch, she's not a porn star, she's a singer. And and then they was like, you got something.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And then it faded out. He was in the mountains in a house.
He wasn't though. That was still just an illusion. Like he was still just in a nicer prison.
Man.
Oh yeah, but they provided him. I mean, all of this is a nice prison, is it not?
Well, I thought that was the whole point. Like you do all this work and you're still kind of, it's just a little bit nicer, but you're still in the same place.
Right. I feel like that's how it is with podcasting. I feel like some people understand that they can just become these characters.
Oh yeah.
And turn the camera on and and they live in Brownsburg, so they never get to see anybody. They don't know their fan base is outside of Indiana, so
Right.
doing, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I feel like most people are that, like rappers and singers and everybody's
it's an algorithm, if you will. That word came up earlier, but like there's a certain formula. You know, if you plug these things in, it's gonna equal this. But this is where art dies to me. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that like we're making the best art or anything like that. I'm saying it. I think that
Talk
the
your
best
shit.
art. Thank you. See, but the best art happens when it's real.
My nigga
me?
DJ AI and I were talking about I love that guy. We were talking about
Shout out to that man.
Shout
He
out
ain't
to that
paying
man.
us, but
Oh, so you're doing a shout out without getting paid?
Yeah.
He's
that's
looked
what's up.
out for me in ways that more like
Let's
y'all.
go.
But anyway, we were like, you do realize that nobody goes viral on the internet without trying to be funny or
Violent.
yeah.
Violence
Like
goes pretty viral.
Doja, let's take Doja Cat. Doja Cat's a perfect example.
Okay.
That's probably the most talented female rapper we have seen in a very long time.
She a rapper?
She can rap,
raps.
she sings, and she makes beats.
I mean, her
She
music
raps,
is pop
she
music, but
sings.
she does
She's a
rap.
mixed woman. Do not take anything away from her because she's mixed. Because
Mhm.
if she was black, you would not say that.
No, I wouldn't.
Say
I
what?
know you wouldn't.
She just doesn't know for real.
I
She
really
don't
don't
know
know
at all.
She can rap.
That was
Like,
shade.
Oh,
she
she
just
can
don't
rap. She
That
can
was
rap.
like real life
She
ignorance.
can rap. She can
I
sing.
know she was mixed.
like,
Like she just looks like
She can rap. She can
black
sing,
as
and she
any
can
of us.
make beats. But the first song that I ever heard was "Moo."
Oh,
the
I am a
cow
cow.
song,
I
yeah.
do remember that. That was funny.
That was the first song everybody heard.
Yeah.
That was a funny song. But if you listen to it, you'd be like, damn, this bitch is rapping.
Oh.
Most people that are like very talented, they shit don't get shared. Like niggas who can really rap.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They
we'll
don't
talk
get
about that.
shared, but
No.
you have to be funny.
Mhm.
That's what I was saying
Gotta have a
earlier.
height.
That's what I was saying about
Mhm.
earlier about you have to be funny
It's
on
like, damn, the slavery.
Yeah, I can't just come
Too
in
much
and be like,
slavery.
listen, it was rapey. It's
that
like,
might work though.
and just play
that
some
might
music.
that woke crowd might be your thing.
Okay.
That might be the thing. Like to say, oh, this happened at this time, this. Like you a little spiel, a 2-minute spiel where you just go on a rant about slavery and how Yeah, that's your thing, or
I just
abuse or
think people
whatever.
should know about it.
It's like she likes to
Oh,
almost
ju-
Well, because slavery is a type of abuse. Like if you know, see how it was
Slavery-
applied.
Slavery.
It's a type of abuse.
It
In
is.
case you didn't know,
In case you
the
guys
more
didn't
you know.
No, slavery. We were talking about that too on Ignorant Philosophy about how
About slavery?
Mm-hmm. No,
Wow, you guys are depressing.
No. Because I knew I was coming here today.
Okay.
I had to
Well,
warm
you
up.
know what? Here you go.
Gotta
You know
warm
what? You're
up.
not gonna keep doubling back to making it on us as to
No,
why
I was
you
just saying
talking
just
about slavery.
like how much impact it had on us even today.
Yeah.
Like even still to this
It's
day.
Almost everything we do is a
relevant.
trauma
It's like not
response to
my
slavery.
fault that it keeps coming back to slavery. That's how
Full
I feel.
circle.
If I notice it, it's like we're just
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
it. But
It's,
100
I
episodes.
love Neil Brennan's take on it. This is
The white boy?
Whiteman, proud Whiteman, Neil Brennan. And he talked about how like slavery is such a huge deal. He was like, if I was black, I would talk about slavery constantly. Like if he was like, if a police officer
that's what we're
pulled
talking
me
about.
over and he asked me like, what, like, do you know why I pulled you over? He'd be like, I assume it was to apologize for slavery. And it would just be like,
We were
yeah.
talking about slavery because I said
You said.
that Jones, one of the characters, was like, black women love black men. The love that black women have for black women is like no other. And I was like, you know why? It's because black women are the only women that had to love their man through a super traumatic experience like slavery. That's why I said, like to have to love a man getting what you're getting raped by the slave master, and then the slave master is beating your husband. They might take your kid. The love you have to have in that instance between you and your husband or your
And you
wife.
have to keep it a secret because if they found out you got married, they were selling one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't want you to have those
So get away
connections.
from
now.
slavery. So,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Yeah. See,
Because
thanks for bringing
connection
that up.
reminds you you're
Jeez.
human and you're not supposed to be human. You're a work unit.
You're a fucking
A
robot.
unit.
Yeah.
Ah,
You're a unit of
Do
work.
you think that they kept
Bummer.
the light skinned niggas in the house because they was getting burnt by the sun and they couldn't really?
No, it's
It was
because
the
they were
rapes.
afraid of dark skin. Like it's really is a visceral fear. Like they
But
watered
if they
this
kept
down.
the light skinned ones outside, they would get sun poisoning. They didn't have SPF back then.
I mean,
If I paid $300 for this
well, once
this nigger,
again,
I'm not about to
the
allow
light
this.
ones they
That's
didn't
a
pay
hard
for.
R.
They fucked them into the slaves.
Existence.
Like that was just
Mm.
free. That's why the
I can't
rape
keep-
was so popular.
I can't keep my son out there. You can come
My
in the house.
God.
You can come in the
Yeah,
house and
he
see
wouldn't.
him.
No, I wouldn't call him son. It's like you can just be a playmate to my actual son.
How did you feel about the Atlanta episode where they got reparations?
Oh, that one was.
That was really creative, right?
It was, but I don't think it
Oh,
was.
here we go.
remember
Hate.
It's not hate. It was just
This is the honest
because
critique
I
you
think it
wanted.
fed into white people's fear about what reparations would be. Like we're going to be personally going into your pocket and taking your money, and it's like that's not how reparations
Wait a
work.
minute, remind me about this episode. Were they at a
That's
This
one.
school
black
or
woman
something?
was
That's
like
what- it's-
harassing this white dude whose
Mhm.
family used to own hers and like took his house and all this stuff. But it's like that's not how we've given reparations
it's
to
hilarious
lots
to
of
think about,
groups.
though, I
It
think.
wasn't like they didn't go after people as individuals. The United States as a system and government did this.
But
They would
maybe
pay
that's
it
why
out.
he did it as an episode, because it's hilarious to think that, like how that would be an individual thing. Like you could get some paperwork
it
in
was
the mail,
clever,
like
but
"Well,
it,
you owe me.
But to me,
That's
it's
funny.
not a. It was harmful in the way that
That's
it
funny.
fell
Fucking it
into
up.
paranoia that
There she
keeps
go,
people
fucking it
from
up.
vote.
I mean, it was just, it's
There she
one
go,
take on
fucking
it,
it up.
But
that's
I didn't think it was a bad episode.
Yeah.
I watched it and enjoyed it, but
Did you like
that's
Swarm?
what you were thinking.
I did not watch Swarm.
I haven't seen it.
It
either.
looks scary.
It's not scary. I'm very shocked
haven't
that
seen
you.
it.
Donald Glover did it.
I know. I'm a big fan.
You're
Did
not
Mario
a big fan if you didn't watch it.
The way it was
Ooh.
described
I would
to
hate for
me.
you to
and,
say, I'm a big
how
fan
is
of
it-
this.
I'm sorry. I'll look it back up
Ooh.
because I don't like being scared. I live by myself, like watching scary stuff. Like
She's a serial killer.
I don't like serial killer shit.
But she's
That's scary.
I think you would love the spin that it has on a black woman that was thrown into foster care because her mother was killed in front of her. That's why she's a serial killer. So it's a
I'm
trauma.
already like tightening up. Like
It's
I
a
don't
trauma-
like watching people get killed. I don't like watching any people get killed, even if they're bad. I don't like watching them get killed.
No, I do.
He's like,
That makes me deeply
that's
uncomfortable. I
my
don't like blood. I
favorite.
didn't watch Dexter.
oh,
I
I did
didn't
watch
watch
Dexter.
Dexter.
I saw Dexter.
I watched Dexter's Laboratory. I like that show.
That was a
But
bad show.
but I do not like watching people get murdered. Even when I'm watching shows where I know it's gonna happen, like Django. I love Django, but whenever I know somebody's about to get killed, I just close my eyes.
Your
Oh,
pants.
that
Close
baby
my eyes.
was-
But I
that
heard he
baby
made
was-
new music for it. I did want to hear the music.
Do you like
For
his
Swarm?
music?
Hmm.
D Jeezy.
I like
kids
I
are called
like
the
I like a
childish
few
Gambino?
songs. I like a few songs, but I don't like all of them. No,
Okay.
Well, that's any artist.
Yeah.
no I like most of Drake's songs.
Okay.
That's
I
right.
don't
I
like-
forgot you love you some Drake.
I don't like him and 21 Savage together.
It's
He's too ugly.
What you do?
21
something
Savage is
for me.
ugly.
I don't know
He's
what a
ugly.
lot of rappers look like. I know what
I
Drake
think
looks
it
like
is
because he
funny
was on
looking.
SNL, but I've
That's
never
never
seen
stopped
21.
anybody from rapping though. Unfortunately, that's why I
Yeah,
feel
ever.
for
Drake
rappers.
raps about girls.
The girls like ugly.
What
dudes.
let me find out now what 21 Savage
Yeah,
looks
Google
like.
him.
Let me find
I
out
don't have
now.
any idea what that
I
young
don't-
man looks like.
I
either.
never know
Does he
what
have tattoos on his
rapists
face?
look like.
I think so.
Okay. See,
He
I was
looks like he might
stereotyping.
rob you.
Okay. All right.
You know,
I'm never really a
That's-
fan of ugly people.
Of ugly people?
not
I
ugly.
like
He's
some ugly.
he's like he looks normal. That's
Let
him.
me see. 21.
Look,
Would
he'll
you
rob
do
you.
something for me?
I mean, lots of people rob you. I don't.
I'm happy to see y'all. I don't know if y'all
really
can
happy to
tell.
see you as well. Yes, I
I'm
can
super
tell.
relaxed. I'm
I
I
super
can
chill.
tell. Yeah.
I haven't even looked at my phone.
You at the house?
Yes,
I know.
we appreciate it. We
Understand
appreciate
that we understand that you understand why we podcast, because this is it. This is what we're saying. Like every time we came to your house, we
Mhm.
brought snacks. We had our little stuff because it was like, yo, this is our time.
And you got a
And-
super cute baby.
It's
I
like,
got 3 of them hoes.
I know.
them hoes.
I'm
And
just talking
they're
about
all
when we
cute.
started out, though. There's just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, 3 of them
Oh
hoes,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah. It was
And it
fair.
was just like,
Bruh.
this is our moment. This is
Yeah.
our time to shine right
Y'all
now.
would melt if
So-
y'all seen the girls.
Man, every
Yeah,
time
I
I
haven't
don't
been
even
there
think I
since
can handle seeing
Huh?
them in
Yeah,
person.
been there. You've been there.
I have.
I haven't.
You have.
Yeah.
Damn, it's been a
I've just
year.
only
That'll be
seen
a
them
year
on
next month.
Instagram. They're so cute.
Oh, bro.
And I know they're
They're
running you.
adorable.
Girls run you.
Girls.
No, not necessarily.
Run.
Okay.
Not yet.
Keep
I'm
going.
learning-
Yeah, keep going.
I'm getting a lot of tips from men who date women on how to handle my daughter. And
I said that and niggas thought I was tripping. I was like,
what?
how are you gonna handle twins? I was like, have you ever dated 2 girls at the same time? No, ew. That I have.
Wow.
They might not have known
So
about
what
it.
if maybe I could give me some game? Like what's some stuff I can
Just
do?
pay attention.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You gotta listen to them and
Pay attention.
agree with everything they say and buy them stuff.
No. Just
that's what I've been doing.
Women are very. Make a woman feel like she's safe. Listen to her, and make sure that even if it's not all about her, she believes it's all about her.
That's true.
My daughters believe that they get whatever they want, and it's not. You only know about so many things. You only know about apples, bananas, Cheerios.
Right. You don't get to
You
know
don't know. No, you don't. It's a whole bunch of shit that I'm not offering.
Well, now
you.
my daughter knows about Dior, so yeah, and she wants it. It's
You
like
better
if she
go in
needs a
your. You better
job.
go in your closet.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the thing. I don't even own Dior. I was like, what do I look like buying you Dior?
Paris
I don't even
Hilton,
own.
this
Right. Like, yeah.
Okay.
But it's I'm now that I'm leaning into that because I agree with you,
Mm-hmm.
and those are very good tactics, and we're getting along great.
Yeah, as long as you do that. I mean, I love women, so I had to learn that very, very, very early.
Well, let me ask you this though. That's interesting. So, like, what makes it so hard though to relate? I mean, as you're a woman, so like, why do you feel
Because
like
women
it's
don't.
hard
Because she
to-
doesn't know what she likes.
It's hard to get her to listen to me. That's the
Okay.
big thing.
Because
Because I
How
know
old is she?
that's
How old is
that
she?
part. 12.
Even you right now though, I just want to point out that like you're asking a guy. Like, I think sometimes it's the messenger, right?
True.
Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like sometimes it's
No.
the
Yeah, because
messenger.
I
It's the
can't.
Because I'd be feeling
I
like
can't
I
handle
can
her the
say
way my
something
dad
to you,
heard. Yeah.
and then like somebody else says the same shit, and it might be like, and I'm not being like super specific, but
Yeah.
could
She
be
basically
though.
saying you don't listen to her. But I feel like
You listen to different people differently.
Yes.
For sure. Everyone does. Not
Because
just
we're always
yeah.
saying something,
I
right?
feel like,
Right.
but I feel like that's a common thing though. With you. How old is your daughter?
She's 8.
So you ain't got there yet. So she
Mhm.
might experience it too.
What's that?
My sister-in-law and her 10-year-old daughter are going through it right now.
Oof.
Like through, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and she always comes over to our house and she watches the babies and she does everything I asked her to do. The 10-year-old, she does.
Mm-hmm.
She gets up with them. She makes them bottles. She bathes them. She does everything I asked her to do.
Aw.
As soon as I drop her little ashy ass off,
Ashiness.
'Cause-
The theme of the show.
well, she is ashy. She don't really.
Why don't you guys some lotion?
She don't want to
Shea
put it
butter.
on.
Well,
See?
then that's
So
why
how
you
do
hold them down.
That
Okay.
ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
So, but as soon as I dropped her
I
off,
don't agree
her
with you.
whole attitude and demeanor changed as soon as she saw her mother.
Mhm.
As soon as she saw her, like she,
She's like this.
I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I was like, nigga, chill. I need you back at my fucking house next week
Oh,
to watch my
wow.
kids.
I need you.
I
You can't be
need
on
you.
punishment
Get it out,
because you
yeah,
fucking
get
around.
it under control. What the fuck wrong with you?
You trying to get out of here
but-
or not?
The theme of our podcast, though, because we read books, consume media, and a lot of the themes are the mother-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Which
It
is, it's
is.
very
It
It's
interesting.
crazy.
And
It is.
having a daughter helped crystallize a lot of things between me and my mom that I understand a lot better now because
I think
I
that's-
realize now how afraid my mom was for me because I feel a fear for my daughter that I didn't feel for my son. Even though I was afraid for him, for sure.
different kind of afraid.
But for my daughter, I'm scared in a lot of different ways.
What do you like? Give me an example.
Sexual assault. Like even
Of
now,
course.
because she's
Why do you
being
just keep leading you down.
See,
this?
it doesn't take much though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna
You
go
knew
there
it, too.
anywhere.
You knew it.
Yeah, I'm like, well,
Like,
there you
fuck,
go.
here we
down
go.
that road.
Here we go.
Sexual assault.
back to crepes
Damn. The algorithm is fucking us
every
up.
time. But no, I worry about it quite a bit. But I talked to her about it. Like the difference is with her and the difference between my mom and me is my mom never directly talked to me about it. She was perpetually afraid of it and never talked to me about it.
Like if I talk about it, it won't never come true.
Right.
I mean, if I talk about it, it will come true.
Right. Like,
Okay.
because even now,
Like
like even
Voldemort.
discussing a lot of these topics, people are like, well, the fact I have to call it crepes. Wait, what did she say?
amazing. That was
I missed it.
amazing.
That happens so much.
Wow, like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Voldemort.
yeah.
Like
You
that.
can't say,
You
or
can't
Beetlejuice. You
say
say
it.
if you say
If
crepes,
you
materialize
say sex,
it.
they're
if you
gonna
say it
have
3
it.
times, it
Right.
won't happen. So, because I was like, my mom didn't tell me a lot of things. Like for my daughter, I'm giving her stuff like, hey, men are disgusting sex monsters. So if you don't want to,
You heard it here first.
and I say it to her
Disgusting
every day because she'll come home from school and be like, oh, I hate boys. I'm like, I know. I wish I could tell you it gets better, but it doesn't. It's like you just,
Ah.
Wow.
yeah.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
No, I'll just tell you the situation.
Okay.
Sierra, because Sierra's best friend.
That's your wife.
My wife's best friend has a beautiful daughter that's 3 months younger or older than Dorian. So they're the same age.
And Dorian is your son.
Dorian's my son.
Adorable.
And he's how old?
3.
Okay.
And she's beautiful. She looks like her mom and her dad. And both of them, her dad and her mom, are beautiful people. So I was like, yo, I would love it if they dated when they got older.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, why? I said, because I don't want her to have to experience niggas, and I don't want him to experience women. I want them to just be like, hey.
You're explaining the origins of arranged marriages.
Yep. I know that. That's what she said.
Yeah.
That's what she said. But I was just like,
They work.
I don't want my son to experience heartbreak. And that, like, I'm not saying that she's not going to break his heart, but
that's unavoidable. Your child is going to have to take Tylenol. If you're experiencing heartbreak, take Tylenol. It helps.
Oh, wow.
Heartbreak doesn't always come in the form of a relationship.
True. But
heartbreak can come with you being drunk somewhere and somebody take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And heartbreak can come where somebody that you thought
Tylenol helped them too.
Right. But I would much rather my son not experience any of those.
But he's probably going to have
I know he is, but he wouldn't if he wasn't dating.
No?
I know people that's been dating the same person since high school that knows nothing about what I know about dating.
Okay, but you still experienced heartbreak. Moni, you've been dating the same person for quite some time. Have you had any heartbreak in your life?
Yeah, I mean, because
heartbreak when it comes to dating multiple different men and pregnancy scares from multiple different men.
Okay.
And all this.
That's
what I'm saying. That's what
I didn't know those roads.
No, I'm not talking.
Know that those.
I've had heartbreak and not had that kind of stuff happen. Like that.
You did have that stuff happen and other stuff.
Well, not pregnancy scared from multiple dudes. You do
No.
that out there.
Pregnancy scares can come from you having protected sex and it knocks your period off. You can have a pregnancy scare and not be
in a
pregnant.
relationship, that part.
You can have a pregnancy scare and not be pregnant. You can have sex.
But
it
I
knocks
take
your period
point.
back.
You don't want to see see him out here with these hoes.
I don't want to see him or her out here with these. I don't want to see any of the people that I love because it's only gonna get worse. It was bad. It was bad.
Give them good rules though, because my son.
I don't know the
21.
rules.
Oh,
You don't know the
yeah, you
rules.
do.
You don't know the rules.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
How? How you know the rules and you're not married?
I don't want to be married. That's how, because I know the rules. I know.
But that's the point. Human. We're all, like,
Your
you can know
son
the
is a
rules and
fucking
still-
6'5" black man, smart, intelligent, well spoken. He gonna have the hoes if he wanted the hoes.
But he still has heartbreak. That's the thing. It's just managing it.
If he met a girl in high school or in college and got married, he might not experience the heartbreak.
Yes, he would.
You
You
think-
still go through it.
No, you don't.
It's just different. It's a different kind.
It's a different
probably.
Everybody don't go through it. Everybody don't go through heart. You might have.
Because I know what he's saying, because I think about that sometimes, about how
She
I would be all the way fucked up though, because I've never, I mean,
come on.
now
man.
let's talk about
Back
it.
me up, nigga.
It is different. And because I think about people I admire. So like I used to be, I would say like maybe a little judgy about people who get married multiple times. Because I couldn't understand it. I'd be like, why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Why are you doing
Why are you
this?
doing this? Like, why are you doing
Yeah.
this? Like this seems fucking crazy.
Seems stupid,
It
right?
seems dumb, right?
Dumb, right? Ashy, right?
Real ashy. Need some lotion, dry. No, but it's one of those things where now I'm in a space where I can look at those situations and say, but what you've done that I've not had to do was start over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you've had to
Would you want your
push
kids
the
to ever
reset button.
experience that?
I do in a way.
You want your
hear me
kids?
out. Listen.
Boy, you
It's
got
a
your
human
rabbit
life.
ass
You
mind.
don't
Listen,
get through
listen.
human life without heartbreak.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's unavoidable. So like
I
I'm
want you to
saying,
survive it.
that's the thing, because I think if you never experience it, you think it's gonna kill you. You think it's
Coping
gonna take
skills.
you
Look
out.
at the coping skills.
And you can't figure it the fuck out. Like, I'd rather you have some experiences knowing that you're going to bounce back. And that's the part that I've ended up admiring about people who...
What's funny is that y'all speaking from a woman's standpoint.
Well, I don't
It's
know.
not necessarily funny.
for that,
It's
right?
hilarious.
Because
okay?
I
You know
think
how
my
much
mom
time
took
a
that
nigga,
tact.
how much time a nigga wastes chasing women?
I mean,
Yes, I could imagine. You guys are...
is
You
it
could
wasted
never
though
imagine.
if you get what
You
you
could
want?
never
I can only
imagine.
Is it
suppose.
You could never imagine. Niggas get women and still chase.
This is why we have civilization, because men have. That's why we have any invention at all, is because men wanted sex. And so, thank you. I like civilization, so it's great.
If my son, I think me being around my son and teaching him how to be disciplined and teaching him the importance of discipline and teaching him the importance of ignoring that voice in your head that tell you that you can have whatever you want because you said you want it is very important. And once a black boy grows up with that, he'll be able to understand that sex is not all that it's all cracked up to be. Sex is great. Sex is very enjoyable. Don't get it fucked up. But my little black boy does not need to be distracted and does not need to be jaded towards the queen of the earth, black women, because some nappy-headed black girl broke his heart. Would
it be better if it was wavy?
No,
Wavy hair?
No, it's if it's wavy and she break his heart, it's nappy.
Okay. Wow.
If she's Becky with the good hair, it's nappy.
Here on the Fake Ass Book Club, we love nappy hair. We don't
nappy hair.
Nappy hair.
No, it's different.
But I mean, I see what you're saying because you ugly and you ashy if you hurt my kids' feelings, period.
Definitely.
You have nappy hair. I think that's kind of like the vibe.
You
It's
can
like
have
fuck you and
hair,
everybody.
And you are ashy, nappy-headed, and crusty.
Right. It's
Okay,
basically an insult.
so
we get it.
The reason I'm pushing back is because I think my mom
You can grow without hurt.
but you're not going to avoid hurt because I think what the strategy my mom had for me was she's like, I'm just going to shelter you from everything. I don't want you
were
to
Harry
feel...
Potter in the cupboard under the stairs.
No,
Took
that
her
wasn't
ass
protection.
down.
That was abuse. But
That was abuse.
from his parents. I'm talking about the
Take her back to
parental.
abuse, right?
My mom's
I'll be trying to
strategy
see.
was, I'm going to shelter you. I don't want you to feel what I felt. I'm going to shelter you from this because you don't need to. You just you get married and you have sex with that one person, and that will shield you forever.
Yes.
No, I'm not saying that.
No. I'm
That's
just saying
her-
that was her tactic.
mom.
She's like, I want to shield you from hurt forever. My tactic is, I'm not going to be able to shield you from hurt forever. I want to teach you how to cope and survive hurt and thrive.
Does she know
I
karate?
think that's beautiful.
No.
Emotional
Oh.
karate.
But
That's what she's gonna
emotional. I'm
need.
talking about emotional, not
Yeah.
physically. I'm mostly talking because
Yeah.
we were talking about heartbreak before.
Why are you not
Because
protecting her from things that you've experienced then?
I am.
Does she know karate?
Both.
No, karate
she know how to
wouldn't have
fight?
helped me.
Everybody I know who knows
My
karate has
experience-
gotten their ass whooped, and don't you from the hood,
Really?
you know that.
Karate's not
I've
going to.
never seen anybody in real life win a karate fight.
Karate
My
doesn't-
dad will beat the brakes off of.
They need to
I'm
make a
talking
movie about that. man.
assault. Like, I'm talking about sexual assault. Karate wouldn't have helped me avoid
Yeah,
sexual
because you were
assault.
passed the fuck out.
Right. So what I'm
Can't
giving
do
her
karate.
is
But if you
instructions.
took karate, you would have learned discipline and you wouldn't have got drunk.
No, people take karate to
Oh,
get
it's your
drunk.
fault.
Who?
Like,
No, it's not her fault.
Oh,
I didn't say that.
okay.
But they teach you
it
other
does
things inside.
It did sound a little like if you
It's like, bitch,
if you
wouldn't-
had had your life together. a
I
little
mean,
bit
of course.
more.
If you had your life together, you wouldn't have got
Right,
so
exactly.
drunk.
Like I don't get blackout drunk anymore. It's an expensive
Wow.
lesson. But like, yes, I want to give her more game than I was given because.
But did you teach her how to defend herself physically?
Yes, that is because
If you've experienced that and you want to block her from things that you've experienced, why haven't you taught her how to?
Why isn't she in karate classes right now?
right,
Not
this
necessarily
minute.
karate, but shit. If you've been
We
in an abusive relationship,
No.
so she can't protect
Can I
herself.
tell you, like one night when I came home
Oh, this
late
is
and
Do
she
you
was
understand what I'm
home,
asking?
I do.
Do
she
you understand
was-
what I'm asking?
Why I'm
She's
not
not
one,
gonna
it's
say
one
no.
Aspect of
It's
protection,
one
though.
aspect of
Yeah.
protection. I'm trying to
Yeah.
teach her
It's
how
all
to
of
protect
it.
herself in a lot of ways. Because you brought up heartache, so I'm just talking about the heartache.
I'm talking
part.
about that stick.
But but for me personally, because I know the type of person I am, I don't do well with guns. Like guns to me are it's a
You
trigger.
hate 'em.
I don't like them. So I have
I got a 9.
a taser, which to me, because I don't want to kill people. Like that. At the end of the day, even if someone's attacking me, I don't want to kill them.
It's kind of like the heart thing for me when you're saying that, because nobody like I don't want to kill somebody.
Oh.
I shall.
But
I
if you
need
walk
to.
up in this motherfucker,
Like, I mean, if I had to, I'm gonna.
But my
fucking
whole
protect
thing is
myself,
also
period.
like if it's because what ends up happening a lot, especially because people always tell women who are in abusive situations, get a gun, get a gun, get a gun.
I never told you that.
I'm
Lots
not
of
saying
people,
you said it.
except for
I'm not saying it's
I
just
said
it's a
karate.
common message women get. I didn't say you said it. Like it's just get a gun, get a gun, get a gun. When I was getting out of abusive relationship, they asked me like, "Do you have a gun?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Okay, good," because that increases your likelihood of getting murdered by almost 6%. Like by a I can't remember what the percentage is. I don't want to
I
get it
said
wrong.
6% is not that bad.
No, because you have to fill out a form for your likelihood of getting murdered.
We're
and
not
so
laughing
No,
at
I
that's
was,
really messed up.
it is. So I was at a 6, but like being like if I had a gun, it would have taken me to a 10.
You've been
So
I was gonna say 9
That's
and a
40%.
half. Shit.
right, thank you. So it was because often the gun is taken from you and used on you. So
right, you have a weak
and
wrist.
yeah, I don't
wouldn't
have
recommend
wrist,
it.
and I
She
don't.
ain't jacking no dick
I
suck.
am more likely just to be killed
ahead.
with it than kill someone. So for me, it's like I'm gonna get a stun gun because
I'm gonna stun your ass then.
yeah,
I'm the
and I don't
number
have to
one
aim.
stunner. That's an old ass song.
Because
Sorry, it's
aiming
what I
when
thought
your
about.
body is surging. Because when you're being attacked by
Pull it
someone,
up.
your body's surging with adrenaline. So you're not good at aiming. Like, because when you're under attack, people are always like,
I can just picture you
I'll
with
be
your
like
eyes
Rambo.
closed.
Yeah, like you don't. I'm like, yeah. It's not like the movies. It's way, it's
That
way
shit is
more
loud.
pacing yourself. Oh
That
God.
shit is
Even,
loud.
even your phone is dangerous when your wrists
Yes, like
that
when
are
once
weak.
a gun is introduced and
Oh,
you've
man.
been
It's
like,
10:30.
yeah, a little bit.
Listen.
We've been talking for a while.
Wow.
But yeah, you're right. I am teaching my daughter to protect herself physically, but for both of my children, I've taught them to also protect themselves emotionally.
Yeah.
And so for my son, it's not like he hasn't had a heartbreak. Like we talk about stuff, but he's like, you know what? It kind of worked out for the best because I really didn't have time for her. And you
Everything
can
for
just
these hoes.
emotionally, we work through stuff and know that we don't like have
You don't
to
crumble and die from it.
Yeah, so I understand you not wanting, him to be out here with these hoes. Like
I know. Especially because you love your kids so hard and they're so
Yeah.
pure and wonderful. But like this is the world. And so it does feel wildly uncomfortable to like show them all of the shitty things about,
Hey.
human nature and
People.
how you
My son should marry that girl.
Well, you know what? She has the potential to still break his heart though.
Very much so.
You know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
she's
Because
lovely,
she's still
but she
gonna
might
be
not be about
informed
shit.
by well, not even
Mm.
that. You can be about shit, but like it doesn't mean that y'all both have the same trajectory or you have the same
Yeah.
goals or whatever. So
Because also for my kids, like if they don't want to get married, I'm fine with that. Like they don't
Of
have to
course
get
you
married.
are.
yeah.
Of course you are.
Let's take a break, you
Oh,
guys.
we
We're
do
thirsty.
take a break.
Let's take a
quick
break.
guys. We'll
Quick
be right
break.
back.
Oh, you know what I did do? I went back and listened to our episode we did on ignorant philosophy.
And we're back.
My little book club. And it was interesting to listen to because we've come a long way since then.
Who you
Yeah.
two?
And you. I mean, you've
I
been
mean,
doing
I
big
just-
things. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because so let us know what you've got going on right now. Because I mean,
I'm not.
you're not gonna tell us what you got going on. Okay, well, so can we talk about the fact that you got an actual shout out from Issa Rae?
April Fools.
What?
You're a bitch. You're a whole
Oh,
bitch.
it is April Fool's. You know what? The
Is that
word got me
today, for
today
real?
too.
Did it? You didn't win it?
I did win it, but the word was March. And today's the first day of April. It was just one of those
Oh,
things
my
that was kind of
God.
like,
Yeah.
First of all,
What's very telling though?
wow.
What's very telling about that, and I will share that.
Okay, tell me.
I've done 100 and something episodes of Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
That means I've written at least 70 scripts.
That's a lot.
I've recorded 100 and something episodes of Black Widow. I've sound designed 100 and something episodes of Black Widow. I've done all of these things. And I've never had as many people share Black Widow in their stories as I did people sharing a fake post about Issa Rae today.
Dang, I did share it. I just thought, well, that's awesome. But I shared the one for Joe Budden too. That one seemed
You've
real.
never
Was that
shared
fake?
Black Widow. You've never
Was that
shared
fake?
it. No,
No, because it
real.
never pops up. I never see any of your stuff hardly ever. When
Yeah.
I do, I usually like it.
Yeah. I
You
just
know?
thought that was very funny. I thought
It's not though. Is this what you were talking about before? Because people recognize that like if you're getting acknowledgement for something, you know what I'm saying, and they're sharing it, you still get some residual like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, no?
Mm-mm.
That's never happened. That's not a thing.
I feel like if I look like I know a person that's about to come up, then I'm cool too. It goes back to the why people share things on the internet. It's a water cooler talk about. I know this person. I'm a fan of this person. Boom, 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 boom.
You know, when I saw it though,
you're-
I'm thinking,
That's on your screen.
oh man, well, look, we gotta keep going. It's fine. But I just feel like for me, when I'm seeing stuff like that, I'm thinking, I know how hard you work as a podcaster. I know you have stuff that you're not always even sharing online. I see the projects,
Mhm.
hear about the projects that you're working on, because you'll share that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
And
I
niggas
know
don't
how,
share that shit.
and I know how you love Issa Rae so hard. So I'm thinking,
That's
wow,
why
good for
that's why I was
you.
believable.
Yeah, that's why. So
And I
you know,
just and I
I'm
did
available
and
too,
I
so
did and I
thought
did
that's
just
awesome.
do a mix test for them.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, they wanted to do.
And it's believable that she could listen to your stuff and know that it's good
Yeah.
too. So to me, it was just
was
like,
a great
that's
lie.
what's up. It was beautiful. So this is how people fall in love with the wrong shit.
I'm
So
gonna
don't believe black men, okay?
Yeah.
They're tricksters.
They are.
Oh no.
I feel abused.
No, I mean I've worked with them, so it's not too far fetched. And also
I didn't feel like it was.
and
but
also it doesn't matter who listens to you. That's what I've learned.
that part.
It don't matter who nigga Barack Obama could listen to your podcast and
That
nothing,
don't mean shit.
and nothing will change.
Yep.
Nothing will
You
change.
can have them on your podcast
And nothing will change.
Amen to that.
Nothing will
That's so true.
change.
That's so
I mean,
true.
why do anything? You could solve Pythagorean, prove it, and it doesn't
And it doesn't matter.
I
You're
don't.
still
I
ashy.
don't. But
you know?
I don't do it. I don't do it for the. I don't do it for her approval. And if you have a rock on your podcast, that means you were good enough for him to get on there, or you knew somebody. So hopefully you're not doing it for that to be the end all be all. But nothing changes. It's kind of like It's kind of like that
That's
Martin episode, where Tommy Davis Jr. was the guy, and he went on there and he was like,
Junior.
"Is it not Tommy Davis? What's his name?
Sammy?
No, what's
Davis
the
Jr.?
no,
Was
what's
he
the
on
dude's
there?
name? What's the dude's name from Living Color? The skinny guy.
Oh.
I thought I was tripping.
No, I just don't be knowing stuff.
Oh, when
That'd be an amazing episode.
you know what I'm talking about?
It's like he came back
Yes,
from the
I do.
dead.
When he
Yeah,
was like,
'cause
yeah,
it was real,
he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah. Whenever you come to LA, yeah, you da 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 da. And when he got there, he was like, man, that was just talk. That was radio.
Yeah, people
talk.
just say that.
People just say that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. It's one of those things where you feel like,
Mhm.
oh man, if I get this, then it.
But I mean it
It's
when
proximity,
I say stuff.
though. I know that's what's hard because it's like I do be genuine.
Right.
No. You might be genuine, but it won't change your life.
No,
It won't. It
But I don't want to change my life. I love my
I
life.
know. That's why I'm scared that this could change my life because I already
love
like
my
it.
life.
but then
I
you
love it
guys,
here.
but then you guys will control the outcome. You guys won't say yes to everything. You guys will say no to the right things. Like
Okay,
you'll be more in tune because
like
you
prostituting
no.
ourselves
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there
you'll
just
be-
for every
because
opportunity.
people are like, man, why you ain't going to that? I'd be
Yeah, I
like,
don't want to do that.
nigga, I don't know that motherfucker.
It's like my
Yeah.
feet hurt.
Yeah.
I don't like none of you.
You're
There's-
like, that's true. You say
there's-
that a lot.
there's
If
that.
you had a
He means it.
catchphrase,
He means
oh,
it.
I forgot. We're
That's a very
supposed to do catchphrase.
Oh, it's too late.
That's
for that.
over.
Mhm.
Next
We
time.
did another time.
No,
guys.
like podcasting, and I know how I come across. I know it can come out very pompous and very whatever, but
You're a
Pompous.
lovable
That's a fun
curmudgeon.
word.
when you're as good as you are what you do, and what you are what you do, and as we are what we all do as far as podcasting, my nigga, I don't want to be next to you. You're not that good. I don't want to be in the
You're
same room with y'all. Y'all
flustered.
not that good. Y'all, cause y'all not spending the money.
Oh,
Once y'all
shit.
start buying this shit, I liked it. Cause now y'all understand why I feel this way. And y'all ain't even like,
Okay, there is
And
a
y'all
barrier
don't
to
got-
entry.
yeah,
sure.
y'all don't have the top tier shit. So once y'all even, cause y'all gonna hear y'all voice
That's
be
all we
like,
need.
they be like, I don't like how I sound on these
I
mics.
know. It's
But I
just
was
it's
ready.
nice
It's
to
an
know there's
elevation.
ways. Yeah, like
It's
there's
a ways
always
up.
up. Yeah,
But
there's
I
always up.
listen to people who have, let's say, who've made their dreams come true, like in media or whatever. And the thing that's
You
always
don't know if their dreams
consistent.
came true. It's only perception.
That's true, but
Right.
the through line I've
perceived.
noticed is they always hate their old shit. Like no
God,
one
yeah.
likes how they started. They're like, oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate going back. But I'll love it. Like I'll be like, oh my God, like you hate that? I love that so much. They're like, oh God, no, like this was bad, this was bad, this was bad. And it's like, okay, because you were able to finally escalate
Yeah.
to where you are now. So I was ready to already not like the old stuff.
Oh yeah, but there's no need for me to listen to my old shit. I ain't even talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily talking about that. I'm just talking about when I'm in a room full of people and I don't want to be next to a motherfucker who ain't spent over 10 grand
I don't
on this shit.
Okay.
20 grand. I don't want to stand because you don't know.
I don't want to take advice from that person for sure.
I don't
but-
want to stand next to you.
Okay. I mean, you like I said, you've been in this 15
You're next level
years.
at
Like,
this point,
yeah,
yeah.
I
We
can
can't
Do
say
you
that.
do you
I
want to
can
do
still
you want to
stand
talk to a beautician who don't buy the right products or who doesn't?
Yes, I directly do want to talk to them because
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
are
I
a
want
waste of time.
I want to persuade them
You are a waste of
why.
time.
It's like here's why you should do.
Here's
better.
some
And
game.
they be like, bitch, what you do they ever respond the way you think they should respond?
No, well, I'm very clever in my communications. Like, whenever I
Then why
spot something,
You're not with your daughter?
yes, I am. I'm being very
Now-
strategic.
Now?
I've always been. I'm just getting
Cap.
better at it.
Kat.
I'm better than I was.
Yellow flag on the.
It's like,
that
damn,
what
no.
that looks
I
like?
think I've been. I mean, she's good
shit.
though. I
You
obviously
should
did
go.
something right.
You have a very mild mannered daughter.
I think I did okay.
She's pretty
But
chill.
like we're getting even better. Like I'm getting better
Every day,
tactics.
there's gotta
you're
be
getting
up.
better.
Yeah.
Right.
You're getting
So
better.
People
I'm
have the
so
potential
instead
to
of
get
like
better.
picking on, not picking on, but just being like, okay, not everybody's on my level, but I'm not. It doesn't bother me, but it's fine if it bothers you. Like I'll be in a room
I
with somebody who's not on my level, but
No.
I mean,
because
You
I
know,
need people
the
who
reason
are
why
above
the reason
me.
why you don't want the reason why I don't want to be in a room with those people because they often look at me like like a way to get to the next level, and I hate to disappoint them that I'm not that person.
Oh, see, that's where you gotta stop. Don't be disappointed about that. It's like this ain't what this is.
No, I'm not.
Bless your little heart.
I
You know?
I don't like that.
Being looked at as like a come up
No,
or
I
something.
don't. No, don't look at me like that. I'm not. I can't help you.
Well,
I
you
don't want
can't
to
help
you.
how people look at you. That's
I just don't like niggas is weird.
It can be, yes.
Niggas is weird. I don't know.
Because everybody wants something from you. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I don't know.
Like,
I enjoy sometimes
I bet you do.
making it weird for people though.
What you
she
do?
does. It's fun to watch.
Like, because I'm not gonna be the only person feeling weird right now. So since we're locking eyes, let's fucking
Let's
make
like,
this
let's make
weird.
this
It's like, so
weird.
you
You wanna
want to
get
ask me
weird?
about
Let's
this?
get
That's
weird.
interesting. I mean,
Y'all
I'm
are
too
aging
old
really
for
well.
white people to.
You know
Jesus
why?
Christ.
Thank
And
you.
this is the
Y'all are
secret.
aging. I'm looking
Drink
at y'all like this is
water.
a great spot to be in.
I don't let these
Excellent.
hoes
Thank
stress me out. His stress will get you quicker
Like you-
than anything.
You learned
That's
from your
true.
uncle.
That's true.
I did learn that from my uncle. Like, you do not let these hoes stress you out. Because that's going to be first and foremost.
He brought him back. That's funny.
And water.
Water.
Moisturize. Moisturize.
Yes, lots of
Decolonize and moisturize.
You guys, listen. I feel like
What's next for y'all?
I'm going to go to bed.
I think what's next for us is I want to continue
That
that
was lame.
upward sort of.
I am lame. I'm
that's
fine
true.
with it.
That's true. That is true. I can attest to that. We both are. But I think what's next for us is it's continuing to level up, man. Like just keep raising the bar.
This is the fun part.
Yeah, like this is
Like
fun.
the content is the content, but this is the fun part.
Yeah.
Separation.
It's like, ooh, this is. I mean, because I have like ideas. So
And
just
you
being
can
able
make
to,
all of them come. You can make all of them
to fruition. So
Mhm.
it'll just be fun to take on little projects. What I'm enjoying the most too right now is just like collaborating. Like we got to do the thing with the Phoenix Theater. We have something coming up with the IRT. Just being able to be in conversation with people who we find genuinely interesting and getting paid to do it.
And it's I like I never thought
It's
that
fun.
we'd be going to plays and reviewing and interviewing actors in them.
It's been
like, that's super
fun.
fun. I didn't know I'd enjoy it.
I
Like, 'cause that's the thing. I
know.
don't like groups of people, but I do like one-on-ones. Like, I like this.
Yeah, this
like,
is
this
fun.
is
Yeah.
fun.
You guys are very welcoming, so I can see why that would be something that y'all would be interested in.
We get that note though, and I'm glad
We do
people
get
pick up
that
on
note a lot.
because I like people to feel comfortable. That's
I'm
my
trying to see
gig.
if I'm trying to see if Brad is gonna Brad from E Here Indie. Do y'all know that page?
Mm-mm.
E Here Indie. They're responsible for the Chicken and Beer Fest.
Oh, nice. I've heard of the Chicken and Beer.
Yeah. The Chicken and Beer Fest tickets just went up, and I'm trying to see if we went to high school together. I didn't like him at first, but
That happened. See,
well,
evolution.
he started dating the girl that I used to date,
Ooh.
and you're young. I was like, man, we
She's
got
mine forever. You know what I'm saying?
Def not Brett's thing, but
Whoa, but you were still pressed.
That
somehow.
nigga Terry Bone.
I wasn't
know I'm
pressed.
better
I
than you.
wasn't
Why
pressed
didn't you like him then? What was the problem?
because he was light skinned,
Wow.
Oh.
Racism.
like your color.
Colorism.
Racism. Colorism.
But then
internalized racism.
like after high school,
See, people be doing that, and I be like, you like me though.
yeah, it wasn't like oh we're gonna fight. It wasn't. I think it was more of like
I'm kind of sweet. You know what I mean?
I think it was more like a social thing. Like
Okay.
people kind of pitted us together, kind of like.
That does happen. I had that too. I used to shut that shit down.
But then after high school, it was like, oh, we're the last two standing.
Okay,
Like,
look at us now.
It was like creative shit. Like, oh, you doing that? Oh, you doing that? Okay, respect. Okay,
Nice.
and I want to kind of like take podcasting into a space to where we get money to go places, to talk to the people there, as like a constant. So say like the Drake thing. Let's take that for instance. The Drake thing that I went through, the Drake orchestra thing. I would have loved to have a podcast table there, the before and after. So then when they take it and upload it to the orchestra symphony page, it lives there. So when the next one comes, they'll have that to send out to be like, this
As
is
a reference.
as a reference. As a reference. So they paying
I
me.
like it. I
They
like
paying
it.
me to get the listener experience type
Got
of thing.
you.
Yeah, it's
And
experience curation.
experience
We're
cure.
and we're energy producers because we do
We
bring
are.
a nice
Exactly.
energy.
Vibe
A nice
curators.
table, the
Mhm.
balloons and stuff like
And I
that.
love
Pictures
that.
and like
I'm
yeah.
loving like I'm learning that I like production. Like I like, I mean, of course I still gotta.
What I
I
like
like
about podcasting and what I don't like about podcasting is that I look at podcasting like what I looked at podcasting with Ignorant Philosophy like a entertainment tonight type of thing, like
Okay.
red carpet type of thing.
Okay.
You don't have to have press. The press doesn't have to be a extra. It don't have to be a what are you wearing? It could be
Mhm.
how are you feeling?
Mhm.
What's the vibes?
Mhm.
And then you take that and do whatever you want with it, or you
Mhm.
allow me to take it and do
Mhm.
whatever I want with it and boost your brand up. A lot a lot of companies didn't understand that because when I was doing it was still so fresh. What is podcast? What is a podcast app? So by the time it got cool, I was already burnt out on it. I was already into
Yeah,
Black
man.
Widow and I was already on it. But for you guys, like what you guys are doing is like
It can be whatever we want.
it could be whatever y'all want it to
Mhm.
be. It could be
That's so
whatever y'all
nice.
want it to be. And because the content that y'all are making is very palatable to everybody, to white people, to Black people, to any race. Mine was very ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wasn't
philosophy-
ignorant. He was just
philosophy,
black.
Mhm.
and I don't want to be limited to just that.
Sure,
You know,
but
those-
it's the space it came out of though, because I don't like it when we just lump. Well, it's like black things are negative. Like I want
No,
it to
no,
be
no, not
like.
necessarily negative, but it's definitely a kind of it's definitely a
You feel like
But
you
it
get
did have the
pigeonholed
word
in a way.
ignorant baked
Yeah.
right into the sauce.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get
But yeah,
it.
but y'all can make it whatever y'all want it to be, and y'all can do whatever. And I'm happy that I was able to help y'all get the confidence.
We're happy about it
Yeah,
too.
you did. I mean, honestly, a lot of it did. I mean, I feel like interacting with you in the beginning did give me a lot of confidence.
That was a
'Cause
cheat.
you were
That was a
like,
cheat code.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Big
That
time.
was
What you did?
that was a cheat code.
Yeah.
If I had started podcasting with a motherfucker who had been podcasting,
That's the difference
Yeah.
between a lot of stuff, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think about even just like I used to do nails before I
On a
did what I do
bitch.
now. Yeah, on a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I was definitely like I look at it now and say, damn, if I had the platform, like if there was social media, that would have made sense. Like I would have definitely. Because I always loved like the nail art that everybody's into now.
Mhm.
Listen, I would have been out here in these streets. You understand me? I
Mhm.
probably would have felt more comfortable starting a business, doing it like just on my own and stuff. Because you have that platform and you know people
To
are watching.
promote.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
algorithm I can plug into. I can automate. Yeah, I know
Easy.
it. Yeah, like that feels more natural. But like when I feel like we're selling our personalities and like our genuine friendships. So like that's why I feel like
It works.
it does work, and so we're leaning into that a lot more. So I'm glad that people
y'all
pick
getting
up on
y'all
that.
getting the opportunity to do that. A lot of the times,
Yeah, for
a lot of the
sure.
times, you're just gonna have to just make a document or something to to kind of say like this is the idea and then pictures of like this is what we want it to be because they can't imagine.
Oh,
it.
I have the
Sure.
documents. I have the
Yeah.
words down. It's
And the
just the visuals
visuals.
is what we're really
Yeah.
like. That's our goal coming up.
So
It's
the
just to
visuals
get-
is what she does.
Yeah,
Well,
but she's only
yes.
one person. Like we need, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
the
Like
visuals is so fucking what?
no, I'm
The-
saying we like I
the visuals
I hear
is
you.
what she does. If she can draw up something, even if it's a sketch, like this is what the table would be like, balloons here, da 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 da. da. That's if your job is the words and her job is the
I see it. If she can draw it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then you present that to them and say, "This is what we're trying to do. This is how
This
much."
reminds me of a Gem and the Hologram song.
Oh God,
Or actually it was a Misfits song.
don't do it.
Designing Woman. I've got what it takes
Do
to
not bob
make
your head,
my
Eric.
plans come
Do not.
true. And baby,
Wow.
baby, have I got plans for
First
you?
of all,
I'm a
absolutely
designing
not.
woman. Yeah, it just the whole time you're saying
This
that, I
is,
was
you know
like,
what? That was the most ignorant thing that happened this evening. I feel like, and on that
Well,
note,
everyone, I talked
good
about
day.
Star Trek during the break, and no one got to hear it, so I had to say something
Ah,
dorky. And there
my
it is.
God,
you guys,
I do love hearing you sing. Though.
Thank
That's
y'all.
nasty.
You guys are. I'm happy for y'all, man.
Thank you. I'm
Well,
happy
but
for you
thank
too.
you. I know.
Why?
You know,
Cap.
You're sticking to it because I feel like the longevity, like to still be
I
staying
was
in
gonna
it.
say for your family, because I've
That's the
seen your
best.
family
Oh, man, that's
grow,
beautiful.
and I didn't know you before you had kids, but because there's documentation of like you talking before you had kids and stuff,
Mhm.
you see the growth. Because it's like,
Yeah.
wow, like Eric's an adult.
I'm a whole ass
Full
adult.
blown.
I think I'm happy. The studio looks way different. Like it's unrecognizable now, but
It's a lab.
It's definitely
Yeah.
it's
It's a
definitely a
lab.
lab, and it's definitely like once you find out like Y'all haven't gotten there yet, and I don't know what y'all immediate goals are with how high y'all want to jump. But once you like, you know how you jump high and you barely see over, and you be like, oh, and you come back and tell everybody, and then you be like, let me jump on your back, and then you see a little bit more, you be like, and then you get even more information. It changes how you do the show. It changes how you format everything, and it's not just the equipment that you change, it's the format of the show, the music you pick, all of that.
Yep.
So when I listen to people's shows, I be like, it's too much to help you.
Oh.
Because
Ooh, I feel you though.
You know what I'm saying? But with y'all, it was like,
I feel you.
Y'all don't have anything for me to change.
Right, because there's nothing.
There's nothing.
That's so nice. Like, I almost can't even really receive that because I'll be feeling like, no, there's some stuff we can change.
With the first thing that she sent, it wasn't no music, it wasn't no sound effects.
Yeah,
it was just talking.
Yeah.
So it was like,
oh, okay.
And then she was like,
there was no production.
And then she was like, well, I see this and this, and I was like, oh, I can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boom. Let's pull up and let's see what it.
Yeah.
But some people are like, man, you making a show that ain't even.
You sound
profitable.
like a coach, like when coaches are scouting,
like
athletes,
because you
can see talent, but it's like it's going to be too much to train you. Like you've got it, but you've been training wrong for too long, and I'm going to have to completely retrain you.
I'm going to deprogram or reprogram you,
and that'll be too much work. I'd rather get someone with less talent that I can program with the right stuff, and then once you train.
Or I would much rather that, or I would like to get somebody who loves the game so much that they're not committed to nothing. They're not committed to They're not committed to anything. That
they're
they know.
open. They're more
open.
Way
Open. Teach me everything. And I feel like the actors that I have with Black Widow, like they with that.
That's what's up.
They're like, yeah.
So, other than your own podcast, what podcast do you like?
Oh, that's a good question.
Thank you, because he don't like, because Eric don't like nothing.
Joe Budden.
You like Joe Budden's podcast?
I love Joe Budden's podcast because I see the growth. Like
How do you feel about that?
The conversations, though, like the conversations.
No, I
don't like it.
Well, you're not a producer, so how could you feel like that?
Like what?
How could you feel like I feel about Joe? I didn't like Joe Budden at first because I wasn't a producer. When I listen to Joe Budden,
that's what I'm asking. You like the production or his conversations or what?
I like
the show.
I like how he Phil Jackson's the show.
Okay.
I like how he tries to pull. I hear him trying to pull, and if they don't do it, he was like, man, so now I gotta be the greatest host of all time. Like he calls them out. He calls them out, and then they'll have Patreon episodes where they'll talk about how they feel about each other.
Okay.
Like, what would you change about your host, and what would you change about me, and what would they have episodes, and I love that because I never really hear anybody talk about that.
So you like honesty?
I like the honesty,
real conversation.
I want them to be like, if because one time Ice was like, I would change. Joe was like, what would y'all change about me? And he was like, I would change that when I talk about stuff that I'm interested in, you don't jump in and tell me that it's boring.
Oh,
ooh.
Because he does do that. But because Joe is looking at it, I understand both aspects.
He's just like, but I'm bored though.
But basically, he's like, well, shit,
sharing,
the pussy's drying up. But Ice is like, well, shit, it's millions of Marvel fans in the world. It's like, it's millions of Marvel fans. Yeah. But no one else on the show is Marvel fans. So you can't prove your point if you say there's millions of people and then it's
not one of them are here.
Not one of them is here.
My thing is, I'm trying to think of something I find boring.
But other than Joe is, I listen to anything that sounds good.
Okay.
I listen to anything that, because there's not really any Black shows scripted, it's really hard for me to really connect with shows because they're not Black. So I listen to stuff when I find a sound designer that I'm like, man, this motherfucker's fire.
Okay, so other than podcasts, what kind of entertainment are you watching?
Donald Glover.
Okay, so Atlanta,
Swarm.
Did you like Community?
No.
You wrote for that?
It's not Black enough.
All right. Oh, so same thing with 30 Rock because you wrote for that too.
Not Black enough.
All right.
So you don't like mainstream stuff,
quote unquote.
No,
you don't because those shows were actually kind of diverse. Like they had a Middle Eastern, Black,
I want niggas.
Okay.
I want Black. I want
You're
smart.
so hard on niggas. That's surprising to me.
No, I like Issa Rae shit.
Okay.
I like smart Black folks.
Okay,
I like
you want smart, funny Black content.
Yeah.
What
about Amanda Seales? You like her?
No.
She's smart, funny, and
you
Black.
You didn't like Black Lady Sketch Show?
That was good.
It's hit or miss. I did at first, but then it was like this.
You like the ones with Issa Rae on it?
No.
Oh.
No. I like
you don't like Black Lady Courtroom? You don't like Robin Thede?
Who's that?
The main one.
The
light skin girl?
Yeah,
I
she's
like
the
her.
main.
You
She's
do
the
like
main
her.
one.
I
She
like
Yeah,
her.
she's the main one.
writes
Robin
I
it.
Thede,
like
yeah.
her. Yeah, I like her. I like that sketch when the girl was they were at work.
The makeup.
The makeup. I like that one. I like that one. I
That
like,
one was
yeah.
funny.
A lot of it, like for me, if it's black women writing it, I want to see what it's like being a black woman. I don't really
Okay.
see that.
Mm.
I don't really like.
It's hard. You got it.
Yes, and I still like it's 2023, and I still don't understand black woman. Period.
I mean, because it's not like, okay, this
It's not
is-
just one.
Yeah,
So it
that's
should be
the
a
part.
lot.
So that's
so
why it's interesting,
it should
right?
Be, it
That
should be.
reminds me of another
Right.
song.
No, guys.
But yeah,
They still
pretty
out to
It's
get
too-
me. They don't get it.
Who is that?
Kanye.
I cannot be gotten. That's a given.
And
And you're
Drake.
wrong. It was Jay-Z.
No,
Put
They still out to get me. They don't
it
get it.
wasn't. It was Google it.
it's
I
Drake,
cannot
Kanye,
be
and Jay-Z.
getting. That's
And
a
they
given.
took-
That's
and they
from Pop
took-
Style, and that was the one line Jay-Z had in
Yeah.
it.
I don't know.
They
I'm right.
No one's
Everyone
asking
knows.
that's fine.
But
But content wise, I don't know. It's not necessarily.
You're too busy making any to really consume any.
Yeah, that's true. I just watched The Age of Adeline last night,
I don't think I've seen
Never
that.
heard of it.
where the girl gets into a car accident and she dies for 2 minutes, and then the car gets struck by lightning and she stops aging. She was born in like 1907 or something like that.
Ooh.
It's on Netflix. It's good, and I'll be watching it like, damn, I would like to see this black, but it would be.
I feel
way
you though. It's
different.
almost like how when you go on Pinterest, you have to put black Pinterest. It's like I just want Pinterest.
Yeah, when I look up braids, I have to put
Yeah,
black
it's like
woman
black
braids.
because
Yeah.
it's not to see like a white lady. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with a white lady braided
I'll be
ponytail,
watching-
but that
That's
ain't
not a
what
good
I'm looking
reference
for.
for me, for my
Yeah,
style.
and I can feel that like where it's like I just want.
I think I grew up watching so
You
much
want the
white stuff.
diversity
It
in
doesn't
it.
bother me as
Yeah.
much, but I do prefer
I
black
want to
content.
see. I want to see a black.
But if
curvy-
it's good, I'm okay.
But
I
our
wanna
black
see a-
people want
Are
that
we gonna make
though.
a black curb?
I want to see
Yeah.
a black curve.
That would be awesome.
That
I'll
would
make a
be.
black
You
curb.
could be him.
Fire.
You are very like
You
I said,
could be
you're a
Larry
lovable
David.
curmudgeon.
I
Yes.
would
Very Larry
love to
David.
see I would love to see a black
Because
curve.
I love that show because everyone's you see I like to debate.
Everybody is
And it's like,
fighting.
you fucking piece of shit, Larry. What the
Oh,
fuck?
it's
Get
so
the fuck
good.
out of my house.
What is her name?
Yes.
Susie.
I love her,
Love
bro.
her,
Oh,
man.
I love her, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, I love her. Oh, I
My
love
God.
Susie. She be cussing his ass smooth the fuck out.
And Larry be on some bullshit, but you
He
get
be
it.
on
'cause,
some
like, he don't give a
bullshit.
fuck. But you get it though. You
You
be
said you
like,
called off of work because you was constipated?
right? It's like so you
People
give me
run
the
marathons.
People do it
constipated.
right. People like, dude, it's like this.
Exactly.
Is,
A bunch of shit constipated.
listen, it's so
He's like, I don't know
funny.
if I should hold the door. It's like, do I hold the door for a lesbian? He's like, he really was
Do
trying
you-
to like.
Was that why he didn't hold it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was because she was too
No,
far away.
No, I thought
she was too far
No,
away.
there's been like a couple of them because it's always just the pettiest shit. When he got in the walk race with the girl to get to the doctor's office,
I be getting his points though,
His points be-
which makes me know how fucking petty I am in my
I be
soul.
like, I
I
get
just
it.
wouldn't actually like
but can I
act
say
that
that's
out.
what I love maybe most about you is the pettiness.
It's like, oh no, let's run that
Oh
back.
Let's
my
get it
Because
God.
cracking.
remember when you had
Especially when it's like, oh, she's going in. It's
She's
like,
going
it's
in.
great.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'll be
And we
trying
always
to.
know it's going to be great when it's like, first off,
right,
it's like,
so,
this is going to be a
Come out.
list.
it's like, so wait a minute, right? Because I've been taking notes. Please understand, I got a
It's
nice little
great.
list.
Nice
I'm
little-
with you.
Mhm.
I
I'm
want to
like-
go out on like an agreement because I think there should be a black curb.
There should be a black
be
curve.
fine.
There should be a black Seinfeld. There should be a black. I feel and you know what? And you
Blindfeld.
know what? This is where I got that idea from. When we first started working, the movie producer mentor that I have, he's been giving me a lot of free game. He owns Q Code, and we got cool because his wife did a erotic podcast with Demi Moore for Q Code.
Mhm.
And when I saw him in the comments say something, I followed him, and then he followed me back. And then I was like, let me Google him. And I found out that he owned this production company. So I DM'd him and I was like, yo, can we have a conversation? He was like, yeah, I'm free next Tuesday. I was like, oh, shit. So we started talking. And he's the reason why I got all the Mac. He's the reason why he paid for all of that stuff.
That's
like
wild.
he
Let's
gave me the money to
go.
buy all of the stuff. And I was like, damn.
Because he knew you'd
He
appreciate
invested
it.
Right.
in
He
it.
invested in me. He was like,
Yeah.
man, da, 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 da.
And you'd use it right.
So
Shut
then
up.
he was like, you should make a black Fatal Attraction.
Ooh.
And I was like, really? He was like, I said, what do you mean? He was like, just make it black.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to get more information, but when you have
he
people,
can't tell you how to
he
make it
can't
black.
tell me.
Nigga, only
Not
he
even that. Not
can.
even that. I just asked you to just do it.
Yeah.
Just make a
Just
black
so you can
Fatal
make it.
Attraction.
I'm gonna trust that
You
whatever
figure-
it is
you figure it out.
it's
And I was
for you.
like, I put my cousin on it,
Mhm.
and he took forever. And then he wrote it, and it was trash.
Mm.
So then I gave it to a writer, and she just finished it. She just finished editing it. And I was like, when it got done, I was like, man, it's a black lesbian version of Fatal Attraction. It's the same story, but it's a lesbian, black, so the music is different. The reason why they're arguing and fighting is different. But I was like, there should be a black version of Superbad.
Was there still a bunny in it?
I was like, there should be a black version of Superbad. There should be a black version of Knocked Up. There should be a black version of all of the movies.
But I don't want to just do black stuff of white things. Like, I feel like we have enough for our own stories. We don't have to just completely cannibalize.
The reason why he said do that is because it's proof of concept.
It is. Like, it'll
Business
be easy to
standpoint.
produce.
Business
This is
standpoint.
why you'll
it
get funding.
keeps happening.
When you say when they say describe fake ass book club, an elevator pitch, the quickest way is to say, oh, it's like the black version of
Right. It just helps them understand.
It just helps them understand.
It's a shorthand.
It's a shorthand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
What
kind
are we the black version of, though? Nothing.
But you got to figure out the elevator pitch.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Or just have something that's just super fire, which y'all do. You just got to, it's going to take time for y'all to get.
That's the thing about doing it. That's the fun thing, is discovering what it is, because it's always changing. I mean, the core of it is us connecting, but I like the evolution around it.
The core is strong. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the decisions that y'all make are going to be rooted in friendship, and it's going to be rooted in we both want the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that allows it to grow into this beautiful thing that both you and you can appreciate and adore. So I think that
absolutely,
for me, it was hard because ignorant philosophy. I don't want to stay. Y'all got me here. But the reason why ignorant philosophy took a turn, I had conversations with people that I shouldn't have had. And they didn't deter. They didn't deter me. They just told me, what you doing ain't gonna work. Like fake ass book club will work.
Wow.
If y'all got the books. It's an endless supply of books. Y'all not competing with Breakfast Club. Y'all not competing with
because we're not doing like pop culture.
Y'all not
stuff.
doing pop
that
culture, but
lane.
we was. And the dude was like, that ain't gonna necessarily work. So you gotta come up with something. And then I met Issa Rae and people, and he was like, we did Fruit, and we got this much money. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do Black Widow. And then that's when I came with Black Widow. And the more and more I fell in love with Black Widow, the less and less I cared about ignorant philosophy. So the things that normally I would ignore, like the people, everybody talking at one time on the microphones or not bringing topics or stuff like that, I would ignore it until I was too out of love with it. And I was like, fuck this. I don't want to do it no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with Black Widow, I never feel like I don't want to do it. I always feel like, do I want to keep it erotic or do I want to make it just
story driven?
Story driven. But the story that's coming out next week is story driven. It's not erotic. So
you need to do a story about the helping guy. The helping dude. With the gray sweatpants on.
No, we're not doing erotic. That's crazy. That's crazy. Where's your husband? That's
no, listen, because we were talking about how, like, when you have kids and you're dating, right? Like, is it appropriate to introduce this person? Like, if you're not like seriously dating, y'all just probably, right? And it's like, you shouldn't be like, this is Uncle so-and-so. Like, that's real inappropriate. So it's like, no, they do that. Like, some people do that shit. I mean, or I don't even know how they introduce people like that.
Yeah, like, I don't know how people live.
But also, we were just saying, like, it could just be like, this is the helping dude. Like, he sometimes
the
comes
helping dude.
Yeah, like, he's the helping dude. And like, I see it like a 50s sitcom where it's like HELPING.
Kind of like
WandaVision is helping me. Yeah. And then he like knocks on the dude on the
amazing.
door. And he's like,
that was a very great show.
It was.
And Loki.
And
Loki was good. I saw that.
Don't say Loki, because then I'm gonna start talking about Kane the Conqueror. We gotta wrap this.
Let's wrap this shit up, guys. Listen, we can do this.
You triggered me.
No, that this is when you guys have a great show, and I think the reason why that Issa Rae fake tweet was so believable is because the brand Black Widow is like, it does sound great, and he did just do something with them, so I do believe that worked. But that was why it was a good lie. But also, it was, I guess it was kind of cool to see people finally tell me that they believed in the show. Like, oh man, I knew that. I always know.
Word.
Yeah. Word. But it was definitely one.
It's like, bitch, where was you when I was walking?
You weren't with me shooting. No, some people, you don't know how people show support. So like, I don't listen to the fake ass book club, but I did bang on y'all when I said, why didn't y'all just ask me how to make it sound the way I wanted it to sound? Like, I kept saying, I am here for y'all to And y'all was like, "Oh, you're so
you got
kissing.
all
You're
the kids.
you're
You have
See,
all the
You
kids.
talking your way out of free help. So that ain't got nothing to do with me. But I did say that. I did say
that you was gonna come back and hang these panels. You know what I'm saying?
You did say that.
I did not. I said I would not come
I
back.
remember it.
I said,
I remember.
I said I'm here.
One night only. One night only. Yeah.
He said,
I
I'll
said
be
I'm
on
here.
200.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but I'm like, but that is how I show my support.
Yes.
When my friends do audio things and they don't ask me about the audio, I feel like, all right, well, whatever.
Well, I'll be asking you tomorrow to mix this episode, so thank you.
No problem.
So you said it
say
on.
You did. You did.
But how I mix it
Hmm?
is how I mix it is going to be different.
I don't even need to know that.
Right. She's like, you're taking
You
it
got
off
all
my
the sound
plate.
effects.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to send you something ready to, and I'm just going to mix it.
Okay.
I just mix drinks. So guys, you know what? On that note,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do an official shout out to yourself. I mean, I feel like
Let people know about
no,
you.
you're just
like,
here
you know.
for the vibes.
Y'all
he's like, I know
y'all got
enough
75 people listening.
It's like, I know enough. I know.
You know what?
I was like, yeah.
That's okay. We appreciate every one of those
Yes,
I'm posting
75
this. I'm
people.
gonna post it on-
Okay?
I'm gonna
It's all
post this on
good. It's
Black
all
Widow.
good.
Thank you.
That's
I
all
appreciate
good.
that.
That's
See, that's
very
free.
real.
That's
That
$500.
is.
That's
That's
$500.
very real.
That is.
And I only had
appreciate
2
it.
drinks. That's crazy.
Beautiful. Wow.
And an egg roll. That's crazy.
Wow, there's 3 or more egg rolls over there.
It is.
Listen, we just got our fake ass book club. Shout out to Trez and A for because I had been
What's
working
that?
on getting our name
trademark.
trademarked or whatever. It's been in
Okay.
the works for forever, so we finally got the paperwork. Shout out for that.
Y'all doing it.
But we say that again.
Y'all doing it.
Yeah, I mean, because like honestly, even though I didn't know where this was going, I was like, we need a bank account, we need insurance, we need this is an official business.
It's
I've
so
always
funny 'cause I
approached
have
it
a
like
side
that.
podcast. Like, this is my main podcast, but I got a side
got a
podcast.
side.
And it's so funny to see how, like, doesn't have Moni on it. And,
Yeah,
like,
she's definitely the Michael Jordan of this.
yeah, I'm very
the
much, but
Michael
I'm Scottie Pippen, though.
Hey,
No,
like, you
you still got to the
Pippen
finals.
is
You beat your
nah,
ass
she's
strong.
Pippen. Nah, she's out here.
What? I'm Scottie Pippen. I don't care. I ain't-
And listen, it doesn't even matter. She's here. We're on the team. It don't matter. You
Right.
She
Mike
out
said
here.
the same thing.
It's the same
Right.
thing. Yeah.
And
that's
you're,
what
wait, who's their coach? You Pat Riley.
Phil.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah. You just gotta be able to see.
See?
Y'all have something good, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm coming into that. Like I'm accepting that.
The thing is, I just don't I don't know what other podcasts are doing. Like
I don't know.
what's the end goal? I didn't know that for Ignorant Philosophy. Like, what is the end?
Oh, I
for
never
our
have an end
podcast?
goal. I just like whatever Moni's doing. I'll just
The
like,
end
okay.
goal, y'all need to
I
be
want
on a TV.
yeah.
But
just
thanks
like-
again so much,
Well,
everyone.
when we start doing it, then that's what I want help with. When we really start pitching stuff toward people, that's when I'm
Yeah.
Because
looking at
that
the heavy
proof of
hitters.
concept stuff,
'Cause at
that
this
was
point-
game. That's game. We're really going to do that. Like,
Yeah.
thank you. I wrote
For
it down.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But see,
believe
these
it.
conversations make it more concrete. So that's what we're lovable. Of course
Y'all
they
are
do.
so yin and yang. Like y'all need each other.
Yin yang
Yes,
in
in
this
real
thing.
life.
Y'all need each other.
For
Yin
sure.
yang in this thing.
Yeah, man.
You heard the stories from earlier. I would be a mess if it weren't for Moni.
No, you just be
No, it's a mess.
drunk.
And I would never get out of my own way. You talked a lot about that. So that resonates with me. She helps me
Yeah.
do that.
Because
That's
I'm an
hard.
unstoppable moron. And
So
but
I need that
she
energy.
stops
And it's
me
beautiful.
sometimes.
It's like, yeah. it
She'll be
needs
like,
to
no,
be-
stop. That's
Man,
not enough.
it's very hard to get out of your own way.
It is. It very, very much is. So it's just practice.
Man, I don't know when I'll be back here, but thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
If nothing
you. This
else,
was
we'll
so much
bombard
fun.
you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It'll sound
That's
better.
fun. I'll allow it. Well, guys, listen, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for joining us for another show. We don't have any stranger than fiction stories,
We
guys. Just the
don't.
fact that we're still doing this
That
is
is pretty
like
That's stranger than
beyond
fiction.
reality at this point.
100
And so-
What's stranger than
episodes.
fiction is those cheap ass mics I got over in that bag.
I know, those are our very first ones. That's why they're here. We wanted to
And
show
we
them to
love
you
and
so
honor
that you
them.
could.
They got us here.
We love and honor them.
Those are awful.
When we make it, we're gonna set a fire and let you watch them turn.
It's awful.
I thought you were gonna say put them in like a shadow box. Hang 'em up.
No, no.
burn
We can
them
like destroy them like an
instantly.
office space or something
Oh,
like
Office
that.
Space, that was.
But
that
like,
was
yeah,
good.
just remember your body belongs to you.
Yes,
And
guys.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you for
your
being
time.
here. Bye.
Invest in yourself.
Do it. Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezene M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake ass book club.
Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, Rate and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again. And until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.